Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
My name is Mary Grace. Early diagnosis is key, but make no mistake, it is a devastating disease.
For more information, contact us at alz.org or through the 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender, and a good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow, but we got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and just found out right before the show, it is official, you will join us next Friday for a live remote broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. And then at 7 p.m., we will do the draft. That's right. The draft is going to be Friday night, 7 p.m. At the Dave & Buster's for everybody except for the Premier League. Premier League, we're going to go ahead and do what we did last time. We're going to draft the next day, like 1 p.m. or something, because I can't concentrate on doing my own draft when I'm out there trying to make sure everybody else's draft is going okay. It just works out better that way. So that is what is happening this Friday. So hopefully you guys can join us. I know we haven't given you tons of notice on this, but hey, we've never given you tons of notice in the past either. So that's just the way it is.
Good point.
Hopefully you can find your way on over and we'll have a good time. More information about that here in the next couple of days, but just as the annoying people always tell you to do, save the date. God, I hate that so much. So much. I hate that.
Just put it in your calendar.
Yeah, you get that that invitation. Save the date. No, because that just say you're invited. Hey, you're invited. Come on out. Join us. Okay, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Well, because that's the thing is who is going to look at a wedding invitation and want to go? Like maybe it's somebody that your friend of yours
your
or whatever,
wife, your girlfriend.
Yeah, but
the rest of us.
But then not remember to save the date. The one thing you would need to remember. I just don't think you need to be told to do that. Is my point.
Yeah, I don't like being pushed around by a little card. Save the date. Kiss my ass. That's my response.
And then you send it back.
Yeah. Kiss my ass. I don't know. See, that's probably a good thing I don't ever get the mail. Vermont Dogs says, what's the date again, yo? Next Friday. What do you mean a date? It's next Friday.
It's next Friday.
Friday the 23rd. Yes, Friday the 23rd of August, the year of our Lord 2024, or Beelzebub. I don't know what year. I don't know what year that Satan started keeping a calendar. I'd have to call my ex-wife. 888-368-1580. What calendar are you on? Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm tracking some breaking news right now. We already had breaking news telling you that we're going to be out the Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace to do our draft party. But right here, the breaking news is Arizona Diamondbacks 10, Colorado Rockies 3. Top of the 7th, 1 out. Nothing's over till it's over, but, hopefully as expected. 888-368-1580. Donnie gives, looks like 10 middle fingers.
That's a lot.
Well, it's 9 middle fingers.
I mean,
It's only 9.
I don't know why he's directing it at you, but
Oh, I know why, because what I said on Twitter. I'll tell you about that a little bit later on. But just Donnie's not having a great day. See,
or a great season.
No,
already.
He's not having a great anything at this moment. But here's what I do know. It's hard for me to chirp at Donnie and then like Chief Skulls over here. You don't deserve this.
Yeah.
You know?
The nice Vikings fan we know is suffering.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but I got to give it to Donnie. So, sorry, Chief Skull. Happy.
Sometimes you just catch strays,
Listen, it's not my job to be precise. I'm here to kill things and break things. I'm like the Marines of radio. Okay. So I've got a directive, and I'm going to have to try to achieve it. And I'm sorry, Chief Skull, but it's not going to stop me.
It's collateral damage.
Yeah. George says, so the Diamondbacks look to be about to sweep the Rockies. Oh, why would you say that? Now you're just jinxing things, man. Don't do that. He says, while the Padres are about to sweep the Pirates, so both teams will remain neck and neck, tied in the NL West. Okay. Hey, listen, if we're in the playoffs, I'm happy. Outside of that, I don't care. I don't even care.
Yeah. It just happens to be that the Padres and the Diamondbacks are both good enough that, they're fighting for a wild card.
Sure.
So, I mean, they could both make it too. That's also a possibility.
Sure. Yeah. And that's fine too. That's fine too. The reason that's fine is because we have the Pirates number. So that's all right. Not worried.
Well, the Padres is what you'd be.
Padres, Pirates. Right? We have all their numbers.
Do we have the Padres number? I don't
think
know.
We have the Padres number.
Okay.
Let me go check that.
I know we've been beating up the Pirates pretty good.
Because I'm either talking right out of my ass, which is always a highly likely thing. Pirates, we beat 2-1 and then 2-2. So we've got the Pirates number for sure. Let me see what happened with the Padres. That might be did we even play them? Where is it? Must have been in the first half. Hold on. Oh, no, hold on.
It looks like
Padre.
5-5 this season.
So we're dead damn even with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm not afraid of the Padres. So if you take it series to series, the last series we won 2-1 over the Padres. The first series we split. So I don't know where you're getting your 5.
I don't know. The stat muse just
we split a 4-game series with the Padres. So when it comes to the Padres, no, it's
is it counting?
We have 4 wins and only 3 losses. So we're 4-3.
I don't know. StatMuse gave that as the record, the Diamondbacks Padres record against each other.
That is incorrect because I'm looking right at it.
I believe you.
So in July we beat 2 games to 1, and then in June we split it with them 2-2. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's got a May series.
Listen, I don't want to get cocky, but I'm not afraid of them. I think it'd be a good game, or if it's a playoff, whatever.
Yeah,
not worried about that right now. There's still more baseball to go.
There's plenty.
No big deal.
There's plenty.
No big deal. I'm not sweating the small stuff right now. Hey, when you got another month or so left. So, but right now, like I said, 10-3, Arizona Diamondbacks leading the Rockies in the top of the 7th. Hey, by the way, today is National Tattoo Removal Day and National Creamsicle Day. I guess have a creamsicle while they're removing your tattoo.
Yeah, get a twofer.
Do you want any of your tattoos removed?
No, I'm good.
I
mean, I only have 2, but
right.
I haven't been reckless, I guess. I was sober when I got all of mine, so I don't regret any of them.
I feel like removing will hurt more than getting.
It looks like it. I mean, I don't know, but anytime I see some of the tattoo removal videos, oh man, people are suffering out there.
Moist one's saying that. Oh, there it is. You're right. I missed one of these series.
Yeah,
Actually, they played it 3 times.
The May series is the one that
Yeah,
they all
May
said.
is where I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right. I mean, call yourself Stat World or whatever. I guess you're probably gonna be more right than me.
I just pulled it up on a site. Like I didn't come up with it.
But it
So-
still sounds like we're ahead, aren't we?
You're even.
Oh, feels like a win. I don't. I'm not letting go of this. Moist one, thank you for that. Let's see. Wilbur says Keon. So that means you're going to keep your Washington Bullets tattoo?
I don't have one of those. I don't have any tattoos related to my teams.
You're not going to tell us what your tattoos are because I'm imagining an anchor with some girl's name across it.
No. I have like I have a knife tattoo that's got the number 13 on it. Because that was my number playing basketball. And then I've got a number 4 here. That's an anime related tattoo. That's too much explanation for what this is.
It's weird because the number 4 is my lucky number.
It's a number that I like too. So
my wife and I, when we went and got married in that castle in Spain, we went and did that. We don't use this in any of our passwords, so I can tell you. We did it on 4/4/16 at 4:44 p.m. We went all 4s on this.
Yeah,
thing,
that's cool.
Yeah, and because 4 times 4 is 16, so 4/4/16.
Smart.
Yeah, but don't even think I'm giving out information.
Yeah.
None of this is used in. Well, we're not dumb people, you know. Fish Tank says, I just got my first tattoo about 2 weeks ago. I waited from my late 30s, so hopefully I won't regret it someday.
I mean,
well, what was your tattoo of? I mean, I saw you post about it, but I don't remember what the tattoo was. What made you finally decide to go ahead and do that? Because I've thought about it. I don't have any, but I've thought about it. I haven't promised anybody I would never get one. I just haven't. You know why? I just feel like I don't think I'm that interesting. There's nothing that I need to commemorate on skin.
Yeah, like for me, it's just about that. Do I think it looks cool?
Yeah,
and that's
all that matters.
and that's it. Like that's the reason why I'm gonna probably have to run out of space before I start getting tattoos on the back of me because I want to see them.
Yeah, you gotta pay for them. You better well damn see them.
I don't want to pay $60 for like a tattoo that everyone else can see but me. That seems, and all the important ones are going to be in my line of sight. That's my point.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I just can't imagine what I would get. There's nothing I am that enthusiastic about. How about your kids' names? Nope.
That's a strong rule for me. No.
I think I
people's
can
names.
remember them without writing their names on myself.
No names.
And I don't think putting their names on me is really much of a tribute. Let me tell you, I don't think it's much of a tribute when you see a car driving the road that says, in honor of so-and-so, and it's like, their obituary on the back. It's on in honor of Gary, and then the dates. And I'm just like, that'd be a better tribute if it wasn't on the back of a Toyota Corolla.
A little bit, yeah.
If it was on the back, like a badass car, like a Lamborghini, and you're like, hell yeah, Gary. Hell yeah.
Or on your forearm, or just and so people do that. Like they'll put, so and so in our memories on their forearm and the date that they were born and the date that they died. And I'm just like, that seems like a weird thing to remind yourself of daily.
Mhm.
And
if they're so important that you will put their birth and death date on you, then I'm pretty sure you don't need the tattoo to remember. You're not going to forget.
And so, like, is that for other people? I just don't understand.
Fish Tank says, my brother and I went to Ireland a few years ago and we're super close. And I've always wanted the Gaelic word for brother, which is Deart hair or Dearthair on my forearm. I got the word in side a band, and the top side of the band looks like a forest.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool, man. That's very in depth and detailed right there.
Yes, I don't know that that's one you're going to regret, Fish Tank. That seems like that came from a genuine enough place that still will probably resonate with you in the future. That'd be my guess.
I was with my brother when he passed away, and guess what I'm not doing? He says, plus it looks great holding the guitar. Well, that's the thing right there. That is the thing. If it looks good while you're holding the guitar, that's a win. I probably pronounced the deer there, or how do you pronounce that?
Oh,
I don't speak
that-
Gaelic, so
me
I don't.
neither. So I
Yeah.
couldn't help you either. And I'm not.
Oh, I was
familiar
asking
enough
Fish Tank. I wasn't asking you.
Fair enough.
I know you don't know. You're not Irish.
But I might know. I study things.
It's
and
also
read.
not like something you'd hear in anime. I know you don't know.
Yeah, well, not everything that I know is anime related.
You know 3 things: anime,
Mm-hmm.
sports,
Mm-hmm.
knitting.
I don't know knitting.
Don't lie to these people.
I could know knitting though.
Big George says Padres play the Diamondbacks in the last series of the season at Chase Field. And it could end up being for all the marbles right there. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, let's hope not.
Yeah, you'd hope not, but yeah. Maybe. Moist one says, I might get a Pokemon tattoo.
I just don't know.
Wait, easy. It may not be Pokemon. It might be Pokemon. You know how he is.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I just don't know what he means by that.
Don't trust.
Like a more innocent person would have. We'd take that in stride. You can't do that with Moist One.
Don't trust him.
Not at all.
Vermont Dog says, sorry to hear your brother passed away, Fish Tank. Check it. A brother's bond is special and withstands the test of time and women.
That last part seems very specific.
Yeah, he never said his brother passed away. It was my brother that passed away. I don't know about Fish Tank's brother. Did his?
I don't think so.
You got a dead brother too, Fish Tank?
It did not come up in the story, so
Yeah,
I
he didn't
assume
say.
that's not
My dead brother.
just his brother. Yeah.
Pineapple Express says, can Keon show us his tattoos on the YouTube feed? Yeah, I don't think he probably wants to do that.
Yeah, well,
We're not going to ask him.
One is on my chest, but the let's see if I can turn my.
Oh, he's going to show us.
Yeah, I got the knife tattoo, which is kind of hard to see from this angle because yeah, I can show you that one right there. Yeah,
It looks like it's 3D.
a little bit.
Is that just because of the way is that recent and so it's still healing, or is that
No, I got it like last year.
how did you get him to make it 3D?
I honestly just think it's kind of an accident. Like the way that it's the
Like-
tattoo is it's kind of shiny,
Like a scar kind of?
yeah, a little bit.
Like
but
Wilbur could like grab your arm and go, holy crap, he's got a knife.
I mean, you could definitely it's raised from the rest of the skin, so you can definitely feel it.
Oh, Fish Tank says that's pronounced Darjer because the TH makes a J sound.
Mm.
Oh, that's right. Irish. 888-368-1580. So National Tattoo Removal Day, National Creamsicle Day. I guess I'm just going to have a regular day. Don't really care about creamsicles.
You don't really care about creamsicles. I'm
And
not.
Noise one, we know what you're going to say. Don't text it.
Just keep that one in drafts.
Vermont Dogs says, cool tattoo, bro. Average Joe says, Keon showing skin, giving Monkey Puncher a little thirst trap there, huh? If that does it for her, then yeah,
I don't know what to say. Also, I have it on good authority from Monkey Puncher yesterday that she was done. So I don't know.
Oh, Keon pissed her off yesterday. I don't want. I had to get caught up.
I
in
have
this.
a girlfriend. I don't need to impress Monkey Puncher. I'm okay. I'm all good.
I wonder if she'll be back. She might come back just to hear what we're going to do next. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we got Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen getting us some betting advice and stuff. He had a great night yesterday, and we'll see what kind of night he has tonight. We'll come back and do it. It's Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NFL, the Arizona Cardinals will be in Indianapolis on Saturday for their second preseason game of the year. They'll take on the Colts. The Cardinals lost their preseason opener this past weekend, losing to New Orleans 16-14. Arizona, 3-point underdog, -105 against the spread. Indianapolis, -115. On the money line, the Cardinals are +140. The Colts are -165. The over-under total at Lucas Oil Stadium is at 35.5, with the over -115 and the under -105. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Biana's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
Freedom on the open road. Sharp reflexes and smart decision-making is all that separates your body from the road. Even just one drink can affect your ability to ride. Alcohol limits your reaction time and decreases inhibitions, which is the perfect recipe for a DUI. So why would you ever risk riding while impaired? Ride sober or get pulled over. If you hit the bottle, don't roll the throttle. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So it's time for Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. Let's see how the betting went last night. See what advice he has for us today. How you doing, Dylan?
Hey, doing great, Jeffrey. How are you?
Doing all right. So what's going on? What's the latest, man?
We got down to business yesterday. That's what happened. If you happen to follow me on Instagram, and again, my handle is at Beat the Book Fanatic, all spelled out. I went out of my way yesterday to pitch an additional betting strategy that I did not cover on this show. So this is why it's important to follow me on Instagram. Something that I was pushing on there yesterday was for Jake McCarthy to get 2 or more runs batted in against the Rockies last night. And it's really not being talked about a lot, but Jake McCarthy right now in the month of August is leading all of Major League Baseball in runs batted in. He's got 16 RBIs right now after last night. He had 14 yesterday when I was going over this play. But what's nice is if you follow me on Instagram, I'm giving you a lot of visuals, kind of just giving you more information about, what I'm looking at and what's helping me evaluate, how to bet certain situations. So yesterday, I do not know why. It's as if these books just don't have common sense, a lot of the time, which is crazy to believe. But they had Jake McCarthy yesterday priced to get, for one RBI, it was paying almost 2-1. For two RBIs, it was paying 7-1 or even 8-1 at some sports books. And that's just not the kind of pricing that, the leader in Major League Baseball of runs batted in should be getting. It should be a lot lower than that. So I felt like that was a really good opportunity. And throughout the day on my story, unfortunately, it's no longer there anymore due to the nature of how those stories work. But I had posted multiple pictures just going over stats, going over how different books have those props priced. And I made a couple of pretty good sized wagers on Jake McCarthy to get 1 RBI and 2 RBIs. So then going back to, what actually happened in that D-backs game last night, I think we're all pretty aware. But, it was a much closer game than we had anticipated. The D-backs were down, which, to be honest, is kind of an exciting thing to see these days, given how much this team just fights back and rallies whenever they're down in a game. So bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Jake McCarthy gets up to the plate with bases loaded. He gets a 2-run single that wins the game for the Diamondbacks and gets him those 2 RBIs. And that was just an amazing prop to hit. It's a crazy sweat, when a guy goes an entire game without getting a run batted in. Here I am going out of my way to pitch this, strategy to the fourth dimension. And then at the very last minute before the, game was done, Jake comes up, he saves the day, he gets the RBIs, D-backs get the win. So great night for Beat the Book.
Well, it's interesting because there's the kind of moments in betting that I'm sure you live for. But for you, there's an added layer because before it was just, am I going to win my money? I'm going to lose my money. So that added that for you. But now it's, am I going to win my money? Am I lose my money? And am I going to get a ration of bleep from the people on the text line if this goes bad? So, or am I going to get some flowers? So, you have an added layer of stress now added to your gambling.
Well, and given, if you recall what happened to the Yankees and White Sox this past Monday, here I am, rah, no way the Yankees are going to lose to the White Sox. And then hours later, I end up with, an egg on my face. So it's pretty sweet for it to go the other way and work in my favor.
Long enough at doing this, and your averages are usually on the plus side. People will start to figure those things out. So speaking of plus side, how about your 2 picks you gave yesterday on the air? Both of those things hit.
They sure did. So obviously we took D-backs money line and just kind of went over how that hit. So that was a really epic way where not only did Jake McCarthy win the RBI props with that hit, but he also turned around and won us the D-backs money line wager with that walk-off single. But the other bet that we made was in the Houston Astros and Tampa Bay Rays matchup. I personally thought that this game wasn't going to be as close. The Rays actually took an early lead. The Astros had to fight back and come back to get the win. They were able to hold them off in the bottom of the 9th inning. So the Astros won 3-2. So we did win the Astros money line as well. And then I'm not going to go through these all one by one, but again, if you visit 1580thefanatic.com and you click on the Beat the Book logo on the homepage, that's going to take you to my daily post with all the analysis, all of the additional bets. The other bets to consider section yesterday had 10 different picks and 7 of them won. So we're converting on those this week at almost at 70%, which is pretty remarkable. So lots of other plays to make that aren't being talked about on this show.
Yeah, Oiley's Duel says, thought you were going to say, speaking of a plus side, let's talk about Adele. Come on, man. That's just rude, Oily Stool. Hey, is Adele American or Canadian? Oh, she's English. Yeah. Well, still, I have nothing there. Anyway, sorry. So, Dylan, what do you got for today?
So for today, going to be going off on a bit of a limb here. I would say that this is on the riskier side of the picks that I've given out over the air, but there's a lot of reason to bet it. So what I'm talking about is for the Miami Marlins third baseman Jake Burger to get a home run in their game today against the Phillies. Jake Burger has hit 6 home runs in his last 5 games. Actually, I'm sorry, 6 home runs in his last 7 games, excuse me. There was one game where he did not get a home run, but he is playing tonight in Philadelphia. This is a stadium that he's already managed to hit a home run in twice so far this year. He's very comfortable batting in it, and there's just no one with more momentum right now for home run hitting. So this will get a return in the neighborhood of 3.5 to 1 to maybe 4 to 1, depending on the book that you bet that on. And like I said, for the picks that I'm giving on the air, I haven't done a home run hitter yet before, so I want to try and see if we can nail one of these for the fourth dimension. Look to bet on Jake Berger on the Miami Marlins to get a home run today against the Phillies.
Do they like Jake Berger? Do they? I mean, do they like him? Because I'm feeling like if he doesn't open up a line of burger restaurants there, the fact his name is Jake Berger is completely lost.
It's a missed opportunity.
You should just open up a Jake Berger.
At the very least, if he doesn't do it himself, he should be licensing that out. I mean, and if he hasn't already, filed a trademark on a burger bomb, because that's what a lot of people call it whenever Jake Berger hits a home run. That's another missed opportunity right there.
Yeah, come on down to Jake's Burgers or Jake Burgers and get yourself a burger bomb. And that's the name of the meal. I mean, seriously, why wouldn't you? If your name is Jake Berger, you should be doing something with it. So, all right, what else you got for us tonight?
We're going to stay within that Astros and Tampa Bay Rays series. The Astros are now on a 7-game winning streak. Outside of the Diamondbacks and the Padres, they are the next hottest team in baseball. They are going to be going up against Zach Littell, who is the starting pitcher today for the Rays. He has lost 4 out of his last 6 games that he started in. So I think that the Houston Astros just have really good momentum in this matchup. They did actually face Littell about 10 days ago. They did lose in that matchup, so I think they're going to be out for revenge today. Look for the Astros to continue to roll and keep that win streak alive. You can bet Astros on the money line versus the Tampa Bay Rays.
All right. Well, there you go. Read all about it. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. Click on Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. And there is very lengthy explanations of the thought processes behind these bets, plus all of the little extras, the other bets to consider and the long shot bets. It's all right there at 1580thefanatic.com. Well, listen, enjoy your wins and have a good night tonight. Good luck to you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, Jeffrey.
888-368-1580. Big George says, I'm still living in California where online sports betting is illegal, but I look forward to moving back to AZ so I can follow Dylan Cohen's advice and make some bets again. Only got to do it briefly in 2020 back when I moved here. Really? You've been gone for that long, George? Wow.
Yeah, because I never met Big George. He was already gone by the time I got here. So
can I just say, once you decide to do something, why wait? Why are you waiting until the end of the year to move back?
I'm guessing you're going to have to go through the procedure of selling your house and all that other stuff that takes a little time.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Once I decide to do something, I just go do it.
But then you've got to also do the other little things to make the thing possible.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we got a giveaway, by the way. Forgot to tell you this.
Well, what do we got?
We have 15 pairs of tickets to give away.
Okay, awesome.
And it's it's right up our alley, actually. I'm just going to read off the thing and everyone can just get excited. So let me just give you the details right here and right now. And by the way, Keon, send me a copy of this recording because we're going to need to prove that we actually did this.
All
and
right.
Who knows if this comes up in a court case later. So,
okay. I'm actually concerned now. Wait.
So this is from IZW Psycho Circus, sponsored by 3D Sports. This is happening Saturday, August 24th at Bull Shooters, which is located at 33rd Avenue in Peoria. It's going on from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And here's what they're telling us. You got to get ready for a mind-blowing night of intense pro wrestling action at the IZW Psycho Circus presented by 3D Sports. Step right up and witness top-notch wrestling, delivering jaw-dropping moves. Don't miss the Last Woman Standing event. Check out the Regulators versus Affirmative Action Tag Team Wrestling. Ray Rosas returns to defend the Arizona Heavyweight Champion. Also on the card is Evan Main Event Daniels defending the IZW Heavyweight Championship against the #1 contender, Joe Graves. Get your tickets today. There is some information missing there, though. Hold on a second.
Which information? Because that whole thing, I believe, created more questions than it answered.
Well, I'm trying to find it. It's it's midget wrestling, but they don't say it. So where is the? Hold on. My email that I got from Radio Ron said Psycho Circus midget wrestling. But now I'm looking at it. It doesn't say midget wrestling on here.
That's probably because they probably wouldn't use those words specifically.
But I'm confused. What sort of wrestling? I don't. If you want to go watch some sort of wrestling, but now that I got excited because the email said midget wrestling, and I thought this is right up our alley. And but then none of the material says it, so I don't know. I don't know what to believe.
It's possible that they didn't think that it was wise to specifically print that on their material.
Yeah, the posters got full-size people on there.
Well, it's probably not all that was there.
There's nothing in here at all that says. Are we sure this is midgets? Hold on.
Well,
I gotta send an email. Dear Ron, are we sure this is midget wrestling?
I'm pretty sure it's involved, and I don't think that you put that word on your promotional material on account of little people have largely said that they don't enjoy being called that. So
well, then how do you promote it?
I don't know. I'm not a wrestling promotion. How would I know? I'm just telling you that usually if you're trying to sell something to the greater public, it's financially better for you if you're politically correct about things. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know if I can promote full-size wrestling.
I mean, well, how much money they?
I don't know.
Because if you're getting paid for it,
no, I'm a sellout. Don't get me wrong.
that's what I'm saying. Like, is it enough to be worth your time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I need some more information, but I'll give these tickets away. So if anybody wants some tickets, just let me know. I'll get them for you. You can just have them. I'm very disappointed if this is not indeed midget wrestling, because I feel like I have the big switcheroo pulled over on me.
I don't think that that's all the wrestling that there is. I think that they have the whole variety of wrestling that includes wrestling of little people.
Harry Soap says Psycho Circus. That could have been a name for the fourth dimension. You're not wrong. You are not wrong, friend. The Jet says, hey, Big George, I'm a real estate agent, and you're one of my favorite fourth dimension people. The Jet wants your business, is what he's trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here I thought we were giving away midget wrestling. Average Joe says Micromania midget wrestling is coming to Glendale at 44 Sports Grill in October. See, it's in the name, Keon.
I didn't say that everybody was going to do it that way. Just that's a decision that not everyone's going to make.
I got to tell you how heartbroken I'm going to end up being if this is just full-size wrestling.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
You guys got to mean why?
Because midget wrestling, that's why. Okay. Vermont Dog says, does the 30-day rule apply for these tickets, yo? No. No, they don't. No. You can have them. I'm not even going to check your ID. I don't even care. 888-368-1580, but we are going to get more information on this to find out if it's full size or, 50% off, if you know what I'm saying. Right now, top of the ninth, 11-4. The Diamondbacks are holding on, but the Rockies still have a little fight in them. A little fight, like a midget wrestler.
Oh my God! The moment you said it, I was like, "Oh God,
I can't help myself."
He's gonna go there.
I'm gonna go there. I am gonna go there.
To go there would imply that you didn't live there already.
It's employing midget wrestlers. How do you not support midget wrestling if it's employing midget wrestlers? If you're a midget wrestler, you're like, come on, promote this thing. Right?
Yeah, well, if you're one of the wrestlers, sure.
It's their bread and butter. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back, we'll talk some more baseball and other things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Celebrate over 100 years of America's original butcher and save 50% off site-wide during the Omaha Steaks anniversary sale. Plus, this special offer, get an extra $30 off at omahasteaks.com with promo code SIZZLE at checkout. For 5 generations, Omaha Steaks has brought endless flavor, variety, and value on premium proteins sure to satisfy. But hurry, this offer won't last. That's omahasteaks.com, code SIZZLE at checkout. Minimum purchase may apply. Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to harmonsolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast, too. Check it out. Go to harmonsolar.com. That's harmonsolar.com.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Freedom on the open road. Sharp reflexes and smart decision making is all that separates your body from the road. Even just one drink can affect your ability to ride. Alcohol limits your reaction time and decreases inhibitions, which is the perfect recipe for a DUI. So why would you ever risk riding while impaired? Ride sober or get pulled over. If you hit the bottle, don't roll the throttle. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Live and local.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Now this is this weird couple of weeks where I've got so much stuff that I've got to plug that I'll never be able to plug all of it. And I just hope that everybody hears and knows what the hell is going on. Here is, what the hell's going on? The NFL Fan Pick'em contest is back for Harmon Solar and 1580 The Fanatic, and you'll be playing for a $1,580 first place prize brought to you by Harmon Solar. We now have a second place prize of a diamond tennis bracelet from Diamond Dave's Desert Wholesale Diamonds. And of course, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse has got you covered with your weekly prizes, $50 gift card if you win the weekend picks. So go to 1580thefanatic.com and it's right there in front of you. All you got to do is follow the instructions, note the pool ID and the password, get yourself signed up, and let's see how many people we have signed up now. We had 350 over at the Gridiron Games. I sent out an email. And right now, let's see how many people followed the assignment. 91. So we're coming up on, well under, but what is that, a quarter? Yeah, it's like a quarter. of the people actually got in there. 31 people have already made their week 1 picks. So we're off to a good start there. I think I should send another email just to make sure everybody knows. I don't want people to get left out. You got to play the whole season to win the prize. You can't just jump in and think you're going to win the prize or the other prizes. You know, I'm just saying. Anyway, what was the other thing? Oh, right. Yeah. We've got our place for our draft party, the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party. You don't have to be involved in our fantasy football leagues to come out and hang out with us. So no matter what, just join us Friday, August 23rd over at the Dave and Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. And that'll be from 3 to 6 p.m. We'll do the show, and then we'll have a little break. And then at 7 p.m., we'll actually do the draft. So that is what's going on there. The other thing I'm not sure about. So I've got you on the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. I got you for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party at Dave and Buster's. Still waiting to find out what the deal is with the midget wrestling. I still don't have word on that.
It's going to be. Is it around that time of day where Ron's a little hard to reach?
Yes. I feel like there might have been a little bait and switch that just to get my attention in the email, Ron put in the word midget. So I go, huh? What? I'm in. So far, my request for information on the legit midgetness of the wrestling has gone unanswered.
What's the wrestling promotion called?
It's IZW Psycho Circus, sponsored by 3D Sports. Moist One says, can the Premier League draft on Saturday? Because I'll be on a plane. Yes, that's actually something that we were going to tell everybody. Everybody is drafting at 7 p.m. on Friday, but the Premier League, so I can actually concentrate and not be dealing with radio stuff and taking care of people's stuff. The Premier League itself will draft at 1 p.m. on the Saturday. Oh, and by the way, I've already sent the draft order request to fake Andy Reid. So our Andy Reid impersonator is going to do the random draft order for us. And then once we put that into the system, then I'll go across every one of the leagues and put that in place. Now, I also got to remind everybody, I got a giant list of people who want to play fantasy football with us this year who are not yet in leagues. I got a bunch of other people who are going to get moved. You may get moved from the league you're in into another league. If we got to fill the spaces and get it right. I don't know. This could go the opposite direction where we're creating a whole nother league. I just don't know yet. So I will get back to you on that. So within the next couple of days, we'll have the draft order. You'll be where you're going to be, and everybody will be in one of our fantasy football leagues. Swazman says, by the way, I noticed Keon is not in our league too anymore. Did we kick him out for his 9th place finish last year? Is there any place you go, Keon, that you don't get heckled for your fantasy football play?
No, apparently not.
Keon is back in the Premier League with us, and Rosalie Michaels has been relegated, but she went into League 3. So don't worry, League 2 will be filled. And again, I want to congratulate Daily Blender League 1. That's the only league where everybody sent the email saying, hey, I'm going to play. It's the only league I have fully sorted and ready to go. I thought I'd have more than just 1 out of the 14 sorted by now.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It's a lot of work for one person to have. I don't envy the job.
Well, it doesn't work. It's just they haven't responded. I got a spreadsheet.
I get you.
I got all the sites. I got the thing. I got this. I'm ready to go, man.
Then that's just not on you.
Average Joe says, hey, is there any chance to push the draft back an hour? I'll be in Texas. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I would, well, it's your fault you're in Texas, really. Why are you in Texas? Big George says, hooray, Diamondbacks won. Oh, did that end? I blinked. Yep, it's final. Diamondbacks 11, Rockies 4. Hooray. I don't know, man. It's like we were sweating breaking 500, and now we are, 16 games over 500.
Specifically, Randy wasn't. You were dealing with injuries. That's going to affect whether or not you are or are not over 500.
I'm just saying it's a big difference.
Yeah.
From here to there. I'm happy.
I'm saying I was sweating with you, but Randy was the steady hand there.
Well, Randy knows his baseball.
Yeah. We don't. So here we are.
Lacrosse guy says, you're welcome. Thank you, sir. Seabass says, breaker, blender boys. I'm in Oregon today, enjoying cool weather. Can a traveling truck driver play fantasy football? 10-4, over and out. Well, now do I answer him?
If you can stay on top of your league.
He just said over and out. So there's no more conversation when they say over and out.
Oh, is that how that works?
Seabass, you can't say over and out because then that isn't that the rules?
I don't know. Seabass.
You're just supposed to say over, and then I respond and say over. This reminds me of the movie Bottle Rocket, just a little bit. Did you ever have a touch to lose, man? Deep dive. Thank you. Niner 1680 says, my league has an open spot. Can I have 2 teams? No. And nobody is allowed to be in the picks contest twice, and nobody's allowed to have more than one Daily Blender fantasy football team. The end. Random Texter says, you're welcome. League 1 rules. I really wasn't looking for that, guys. Because now everybody's going to just be like resentful towards you guys. Everyone's going to be just resentful.
Yeah.
Balls of Fury says, would you just answer Seabass? It's bothering Balls of Fury's OCD. Here's Seabass. Oh, sorry. Come in, Blender boys. Didn't mean to end the conversation. Over. The answer is yes, over. Wait, I wasn't done. Yes, you can play fantasy football. You can set your lineup anytime you want in the week that comes up before Thursday. And of course, we'll get your fantasy football questions answered for you at 4 p.m. on Thursdays. Scott the King is coming back. That's right. The King will answer those fantasy football questions for you. So yes, Seabass, all you got to do to be a part of the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League, send me an email, blender@1580thefanatic.com. Okay? Blender@1580thefanatic.com. Not 1580 Fanatic. It's 1580thefanatic.com. I think some people had a problem with that.
Yeah, there's a couple.
The Jet says, no respect. What? The Diamondbacks are the hottest team in baseball, and the 4-letter network's not even covering them. I watch ESPN every morning because I have to at the gym, and they never report on anything they're doing. Pisses me off.
The Diamondbacks were
welcome to Arizona, man.
Were in the World Series last year,
right?
Not being covered by ESPN. They were still talking about the Dodgers, if you can believe it. The World Series had begun and was underway. That's just how that network works.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in Los Angeles. You cater to the people in Los Angeles. You've got a good part of your viewing base. It's
longtime Arizonans used to it.
Yeah.
Quiet Cannon says Diamondbacks win 11-4. What's new? Diamondbacks 1 game closer to best record in baseball 2024. All right, if we get it, great. If not, that's fine. Average Joe says, wait a second. Is Seabass the same trucker from Dumb and Dumber? Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
I haven't watched Dumb and Dumber in maybe 20 years. I don't know.
Mr. Wilbur says, I blame Ralph for everything bad the 4-letter network does. Yeah, it works.
If you want.
No, that's good.
Seems misplaced, but sure. Yeah.
No, I'm sure he's right. Seabass says, that's great news. I'll email you. Look forward to playing with the 5th dimension. I don't know who this 5th or the 4th dimension. There's no 5th dimension, Seabass. It's 4th. And he goes, over.
Okay.
Moist one says, kick his ass, Seabass. Scratch me because says, I'm wearing my 1580 The Fanatic ball cap that Radio Ron gave away last year at the draft party. Any new swag for this year? No.
It's the same stuff.
We got t-shirts and hats, just like last year. I don't know what else. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Hurry Harry says, You don't remember the kick his ass sea bass? I'm taking that's from Dumb and Dumber now.
Yeah, and I don't.
Unnamed texter says, the guy who played Seabass in Dumb and Dumber was actually the GM for the New York Islanders for a long time.
Really? That's an interesting.
I feel like that's a lie.
It's an interesting career path if that's true.
I mean, I got no reason to doubt unnamed texter. I feel like that's a lie. Donnie says, all caps, make the party in Queen Creek. No, Donnie. Even though that'd be really easy for me to. No. It's going to be the same place it was last year. The Dave and Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. Everybody had fun, and there's no reason for it to move it. CK says, are the listening truckers the fifth dimension then? Seabass was an epic part in that movie, Bozos. We call his name CK just because we can't remember a part of a movie we haven't seen since the 90s.
I watched that movie when I was 15. That was 2005 is the last time I watched that movie. It has been 20 years. I think that I could get a little bit of forgiveness on that.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Cam Neely played Seabass, I believe. He hauled that loogie. He hawked that loogie on the sandwich after the salt over the shoulder hit him.
No, that's the same Cam Neely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Islanders, Bruins. Hey, that's a real thing.
Seabass says, do you have any 1580 The Fanatic bumper stickers I could put on my rig? Over. No, we don't. Over. I wanted to get some stickers of just the emoji because I think those would look awesome.
Yeah, I'd put that on my car.
Not much as far as promotion because,
then it wouldn't say
right.
what.
Right, huh? What's that all about? But yeah, it would be great to have some bumper stickers. We have none. Unnamed texter says, I was wrong. President of the Bruins since 2010. Donnie says, it's one of the most memorable scenes of the movie. Everybody calm the hell down. Jesus.
It's one of the most memorable. It has been 20
so memorable,
years.
I don't remember it.
I don't remember most of that movie on account of the 2 decades between I last saw it and now.
That was one of those movies where you could watch it once and it was funny and you're like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to keep watching it. It's not like Shawshank. Well, that turns up. I got to watch it.
Yeah, if it's ever on TV, it's like, well, I guess my day's over. I'm watching Shawshank. That's not the same thing.
Big George says, wait a second. Is Donnie your neighbor, Jeffrey? Well, we live in very different neighborhoods, though. But yeah, kind of. Average Joe says, Seabass was Cam Neely. Yeah, we've
sorted it out.
Lacrosse guy says, by the way, I thought I got in Premier League, but it was just League One, I guess. Did you win your league last year, lacrosse guy? That's how you get in Premier League. CK says, Queen Creek, is there a limit? Donnie's ankle monitor will allow him to go from there. Baker's Cocky End says, he molests him in the bathroom later on. Say what? I'm just glad this hour is over, to be honest. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Freedom on the open road. Sharp reflexes and smart decision-making is all that separates your body from the road. Even just one drink can affect your ability to ride. Alcohol limits your reaction time and decreases inhibitions, which is the perfect recipe for a DUI. So why would you ever risk riding while impaired? Ride sober or get pulled over. If you hit the bottle, don't roll the throttle. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
JD Hayworth here, and the road to feeling better leads to my good friends Dr. William and Ava Gaspar at Beehive IV Wellness in Chandler. With both licensed nurses and physicians on staff by appointment or walk-in, Beehive IV Wellness takes a holistic, naturopathic approach that helps your body with self-healing. All of today's popular treatments are available at Beehive Wellness, from IV hydration to joint injections, even popular semaglutide for weight loss. If you haven't tried IV treatment, you're missing out on your chance to really get healthy. So look them up, make an appointment, or simply walk into Beehive IV Wellness at their Chandler Clinic, where you always get a free initial consultation. Mention me, JD Hayworth, get half off your first treatment. Search Beehive IV Wellness on your mobile phone. You'll thrive with Beehive.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Celebrating 30 years of AmeriCorps looks like building lifetime change makers in Arizona communities. From serving children alongside First Things First to Executive Director of Prevent Child Abuse Arizona. From the Pinal County Sheriff's Office to the Governor's Office, serving with AmeriCorps today creates limitless potential for every new member to lead Arizona tomorrow. Where will AmeriCorps take you? Join the movement by signing up at serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time
for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He'll be back when he's damn good and ready. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Still no word on the midget wrestling, and if it's actually midget wrestling.
I was on the website. It doesn't appear to be.
It does not?
I didn't see it anywhere on the website. I just, I went to the ICW website. It's got a list of their events and things.
Guess we won't be doing that. 888-368-1580. Beer Bob says I should go to Sticker Mule. He says, you can probably get those stickers in time for the remote. Are they free?
I knew that's exactly where you were going when you said that.
Scratch Me Because says, I met Moist One at last year's draft party, shook his hand, and I can attest via his sweaty hands, he is a moist one. No, you're absolutely right. First time I met him too. I met him at Killer Burger, I think, back in the day. How you doing? All right. This is before COVID, and I'm like, I gotta find me some hand gel. Yeah, Seabass says that Seabass from Dumb and Dumber and Me, Myself, and Irene was my inspiration for my CB handle, which in turn was inspiration for my Texter handle. Fourth Dimension knows their Jim Carrey movies. Over. I've no doubt they do. So now I feel like
clearly, because they're giving us a hard time about not knowing this movie that's nearly old enough to drink.
I guess I should probably watch that with my teenagers. Trying to remember, is that a movie I can watch with them?
Oh man, I can't tell you. I don't remember. I think so.
If the Fourth Dimension says yes, then it's probably no.
Probably a no. Yeah. Well, it depends on who in the Fourth Dimension. Because if it's somebody that's level-headed and reasonable, like, I don't know.
It's really nobody.
Screaming Eagle is.
Yeah.
He's not always listening though, so
that's true. So congratulations to the Arizona Diamondbacks, beat the Rockies 11-4. That's cool. That's great. I'm happy. See what happens tomorrow, right? That's just all you do is just keep going forward, see what happens tomorrow. So we got that going for us. 11. That's That's a lot of offense. That's a lot of offense for a game. So that's cool. Beer Bob says, I don't think there's any Jim Carrey movies you can't watch with kids. Oh, I don't think that's true. Sir Drives a Lot says Ace Ventura is better than Dumb and Dumber. See, here's the thing. I messed up. I'm sitting there with my kids, right? And like, hey, how about they're both teenagers. And I'm like, oh, you want to see a classic old movie? And they're like, yeah. I said, okay, how about this? And I showed them Encino Man. They loved Encino Man. They're like, that's just awesome. So I'm feeling like, all right. So, hey kid, my son, I'm like, let's watch Ace Ventura. He's like, all right. Because I've got the cred now. He's like, okay. And we're sitting watching this, and I can just feel like
he's just not engaged.
No.
Oh, no.
How badly Ace Ventura: Pet Detective holds up. It does not.
It doesn't. I remember
he's so effing annoying.
Oh, maybe 8 or 9 years ago, I watched it with my girlfriend because I was like, oh, I remember when I was a kid, we used to watch this all the time. It was hilarious. And then we were watching it, and she laughed once. I just felt so bad, like I just wasted the entire evening. It was rough.
Pet Detective did not stand up to the test of time. So now I got to wonder, does Dumb and Dumber stand up to the test of time?
I almost don't want to find out.
I think I should watch it first.
Like, I just feel like it would, if it's better in my memories,
no, I got to watch it first.
2-decade-old memories.
I got to get my movie cred back with my kids.
Yeah, you can't.
Before I try to show them that.
You can't run that one out there and have it be another dud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bat Flipper says Beverly Hills Ninja. Chris Farley. I don't know. I actually never saw that one. Average Joe says Dumb and Dumber is rated PG-13. Yeah, but the 90s PG-13 is a little different, isn't it? There's probably some stuff in there.
Times have changed.
Yeah. Big George says Seabass and the fellas offered to pick up our check. They said to put it on their tab. They're very nice. I think that must be from the movie. Baker's Cocky Hen says midget tickets sounded way too expensive for the Blender budget. You guys can't even afford WNBA tickets to give away. You realize we don't buy these things, right?
When we give away tickets, they give them to us to give away. We don't buy them to give away.
Brandon
and we've given away Phoenix Open tickets before. So
we've given away big time tickets.
That's more than a WNBA ticket.
Random Texter says, yes, that's great. The Diamondbacks win, but did the Yankees and the Dodgers lose to help make that better? Ooh, please check on that, would you, Keon? Please check on that. That's a great question. This could have gone from a pretty damn good day to a holy crap kind of day.
I'm pretty sure the Yankees didn't lose because I bet on them yesterday. Let's see here.
Seabass says, it doesn't stand up the test of time. French Stewart from Third Rock from the Sun. Well, why is that? I mean, he played a child molester in Will Trent that gets stabbed in the neck and dies when he bleeds out.
That seems like that part age. Well, it's a different thing entirely, but just, little.
No, his problem.
Little acting karma. No, the Dodgers won and the Yankees won yesterday.
Well, let's see. Maybe something bad will happen to them today. Do they play tonight? Let's just hope for the worst. Hope for the worst.
They do. My guess is the Yankees will probably not lose. They are playing the White Sox. And the Dodgers are playing the Brewers, which is just not a great matchup for the Brewers right now with all their injuries and whatnot.
Okay. CK says, I watched it with my teenager and he was cracking up. I'm taking that was Dumb and Dumber. Kringleberry says, Dumb and Dumber absolutely does 100%. I still regard it as one of the most well-written comedies of all time. Wow. Now I have to go back and watch it.
It's just like,
because I just don't know if that's going to be my take.
Were you too critical back then? I don't know. I remember thinking that the movie was really funny at the time, but it wasn't so funny that I felt like I needed to watch it again. Like I've watched Anchorman like a million times. I love that movie, but
no, it's a good one.
but Dumb and Dumber didn't do that for me, but it was funny.
Moist One says, always tell people to pound it, fist bump first, but some people are just too curious about my moisture. I was not curious, but I found out anyway. Sir Drives a Lot says, Tommy Boy, that's the best Chris Farley movie right there. Average Joe says same with The Hangover. I don't.
Yes,
You
The
mean
Hangover.
It
aged
holds
well, or-
up, or that I should watch that with kids.
No, you definitely shouldn't watch The Hangover with kids.
He says Airplane still holds up. Let your kids watch that one.
Absolutely cannot watch Hangover with kids. That's a bad idea.
Bear Claw says, "Hey, are you able to pick the weekly contest from a computer? It won't let you pick from a cell phone. I believe I'm in the right area. I don't know. I haven't tried to do the picks for my cell phone.
Yeah,
Is that true?
Even on our last site, I didn't like doing it on the cell phone because it didn't have a mobile version for a long time.
Let me help you guys out. I'm going to help you out. So here's what I did last year on my. See, I don't know if not many people have a cell phone, but I happen to have one of these things. No, they're very expensive, so not everybody has one. Keon.
I know.
Don't laugh at the pores.
I'm not laughing at
Why
that.
are you laughing at the pores? That's just not going to go over well. This is why we can't get the midget wrestling tickets.
They have affordable cell phones. Even.
So what I do is I go on the cell phone, and what I do is I go to the website, through like the web browser, and then I save a shortcut of that page to my well, I call it desktop, but wall or whatever. And then I just click on it and it opens up right up to that. So I'm logged into that, and then that way I can get to it. So it's not my phone doing the picking. I'm doing it as if I was on a computer. Did that make any sense?
It did make sense, yeah.
Did I just blow your mind?
Not mine.
Oh.
But I'm sure you blew someone's mind. I just
wanted to pause for the correct amount of effect for having blown someone's mind.
There's somebody in their car right now just losing it. They didn't know they could do that.
Keep a firm hand on that steering wheel as your mind is getting blown, because when you're driving down the road and you get blown, you've got to really control that thing. Don't crash into the car in front of you. Do you think their minds have been blown enough now?
I
continue.
do. Yep.
Okay. Anyway, so I haven't done it with Pool Host yet. Well, I used to have a nice.
It just
phone,
looked
didn't
like
I?
you just punched your microphone for no reason.
Yeah. No, I have a shelf here. This is like a multi-level raised desk. It's one of those raised desk things. And I am also a spaz, and I hit the thing on the way down. It mostly works. Anyway, save to favorites, says Sir Drives a Lot. Yeah, whatever works on your phone. But I like just to have like a quick link. Boom, hit that thing. Big George. No, we're not bringing him into this. Elzar of the Mountain says, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Oh, is Ralph here? Is Ralph here? Is he on?
I don't.
Oh,
I don't think that's what he meant. No.
Right. Hefty Lefty says, that's why the Super Cruise is great. Don't have to worry about getting mind blown. Super Cruise? What are you talking about? What's Super Cruise? You mean like the Tesla?
That's what my guess is.
I don't have a Tesla.
Me neither.
I was eyeballing that Hummer, though. Imagine getting your mind blown in a Hummer. There's a lot going on.
It writes itself, to
right?
be honest. That's the joke writes itself at that point.
The electric Hummer has like 300 miles of range and endless amounts of range of douchebaggery.
That's fair. I expect to see a bunch of those around Scottsdale soon enough.
Seabass says, I make sure to keep both hands on the wheel when I'm texting by using voice to text. Not always perfect, but gets the job done. Very windy here in Oregon, by the way, on the I-5 in Wilsonville. Over. Yeah, it's my old neck of the woods, man. I love Oregon. And good on you not taking your hands off the wheel. But still, don't get too distracted with the voice to text either. I mean, just got to be careful out there, everybody.
Yeah.
You don't want this show to be a reason you end up dead. We need all the ratings we can get. If you don't live for you, live for me. Live for us.
And I've already alienated like one of them. So like we can't afford any more losses in 2024.
I like that Keon can like name the one person he's alienated on the show, and
yeah,
I have forgotten so many.
It's a milestone for me. You alienated like 5 people last week.
Yeah,
I'm just
I don't even care. They come back. But yeah, I did notice that Monkey Puncher did not come back today.
It's not lost on me.
CK says getting your mind blown in a Hummer. Well, just be careful you don't blow a tranny. I don't think they have trannies in the Hummers. I think the electric cars don't have any kind of a tranny. But I mean, it's always good advice to not blow your tranny. You know, I have had vehicles where you're going up a mountain road. It's not even that big a deal. And the tranny gets kind of heated up. And you got to stop.
Is that how that goes?
Wait till it cools down. Yeah, I had a Jeep that did that. I was just like, well, then what's the point of this?
You would think it would be, you'd think a Jeep specifically would be able to handle that.
It wasn't a very good Jeep. So
which one
well,
was
a lot
it,
of guys will do is you get the transmission fluid through like another little radiator up at the front, and it goes through there and helps try to keep that cool.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, don't want to make your tranny too hot. That's all I'm saying. Were we talking about? Oh, baseball. Baseball. That's right. So people, I don't know how upset they are. I don't know. I don't know if this is, I mean, maybe we've gotten too damn sensitive. But the Guardians were playing, and they won the game against the Cubs. This is on Tuesday, right? And, you know, they were tied at 1 apiece. And, well, this guy comes up, gets a home run. And, you know, Drew Smiley, you know, he was just like, the pitcher. He was like, So he looked pretty upset about it. But the announcer says, oh, Smiley, he wants to kill himself. He hung him on a breaking ball, and boy, Noel took advantage of it. And everybody got upset because he says he wanted to kill himself.
It's not great wording.
It's just, you know, is that a thing?
I don't know. I had a talent coach once upon a time, who, when I would like, you know, send him my play-by-play stuff, and then basically I paid him to tell me how bad I was at it for an hour. That is one of the things where he's just like, you don't want to trivialize stuff like that. So like if someone has a meltdown, for instance, you wouldn't want to call it a tragedy, because like a tragedy is if a bunch of people get killed. It's not, you know, guy kind of loses it at the end of a baseball game kind of deal.
Can I be honest? Using the word tragedy is a lot easier to take than kill yourself or the Holocaust or
that's what I'm saying.
You know, something
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like if that's the level where like people are already getting uncomfortable, then I think he wants to kill himself is probably beyond that. I wouldn't say that like the broadcaster should be fired or anything or even really reprimanded. I just wouldn't have done that. I would not have said it that way.
No, I don't think you've ever heard me say that either.
Yeah.
Although there's some people I've been like, no, you should kill yourself. And it was more of a direct thing between me and a person. You should totally kill yourself. Just I've step out in the traffic.
I have never said it when I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I don't remember who it was, but I know I've said it.
Every time I've said that to someone, I have meant it. But that's the thing is like it does kind of trivialize it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Is it the worst thing in the world? Is he a horrible person? Does he deserve to be removed from his broadcasting seat? No. I just think that I just wouldn't have said it that way myself.
Vermont Dog says, my younger sister's laughing at the tranny thing. She's in high school. She thinks you're funny. You know what? She's right. 888-368-1580. Bear Claw says, did Eddie Murphy know about the tranny thing? Found out about the tranny thing.
Well, we don't have to go there with it, but that's fine.
You find out. Eventually, you find out.
You just okay.
Just saying.
I know, but you just
better to find out when somebody tells you than just the hard way. Anyway,
I just really don't like that. That's right.
So people are very, very sensitive. People are very sensitive. The Oakland Athletics relief pitcher, Austin Adams, I think he did this on purpose, but I don't think it's anything to get all out of shape about. I guess the Mets do this OMG celebration. They do this thing when they get a home run. Do you know what I'm talking about? They just do this thing with their arms or something.
Yeah.
They call it the OMG celebration.
I haven't actually seen it. I've heard it. Heard
You should
about
look
it.
it up.
Seen it.
But
Yeah.
Austin Adams, he comes in there, bottom of the fifth inning, 2 runners on, no one out. The Mets are trying to get a rally going, and he worked his way through it and had a couple of strikeouts, and then bam, he's like, yeah, he saved the inning. And as he's walking off the mound, he starts mocking the OMG celebration. He started kind of like doing that, and people were like, "What the hell did he just do?" So they were mad as hell at him. The Mets fans were mad, and yeah, and a couple of the players. I can't remember who. Oh, here's what it was. Yeah, the relief pitcher for the other side, Edwin Diaz, says, "Oh no, he crossed the line there. That's something we do when we hit a homer or something. You know, no, he can do it. That's fine. Can't get mad if we do something to him the next couple of days, though." Austin Adams, if he hasn't been plunked yet, he will be plunked.
Well, if he's a reliever, he may never be a batter. So he's going to get one of his teammates plunked more than he is in danger.
Oh, that's right, he's a reliever.
Yeah.
Or he's going to get plunked in the dugout.
Yeah.
Tunk. What the hell? Where'd that come from? Something is going to happen to Austin Adams for that. Fair enough. That's the way you handle things. Hefty Lefty says, celebrating for the Mets always seems to go wrong somehow, doesn't it? Well, it might go wrong for Adams here.
It might, but you know what? You lost.
And Adams is like, ooh, I hope no one's offended.
If you're so hung up on the fact that he did the celebration after he closed the door on your entire team. Mm-hmm. Maybe next time win the game. Like if your focus is we've got to plunk this guy and not we've got to win baseball games as the Mets. How much money do you spend on your payroll annually?
You hate the Mets, but it also sounds like you don't have a full understanding of baseball. You know how it is, man.
I do
know how it is. You got to plunk him.
I do. I've watched enough baseball. I understand you have to plunk him, but to me, you don't need to tell the media that.
Stop being a grown up when we talk about sports.
You don't have to tell the media that. Just plunk him. Like this shouldn't be your concern of, well, he better watch out the next time. Like none of that.
No, that's actually fun though, because then if the guy reads it, he's like, oh crap.
Well,
what's the best thing you do? You say, we're going to get him. And he goes, oh, damn it. And then you don't get him because he just lives in fear of being got.
Your celebrations aren't sacred. If you want to protect them from people, win. Like the defensive backs that get mad because guys celebrate them on them when they score touchdowns. Keep them out the end zone then. Like there's a clear solution to your problem. It's
I'm
called
having this
winning.
Printed out. I'm going to put it over the doorway. Going to put it on the window. Stop trying to be a grown up when we talk about sports.
I'm not trying to be a grown up. Win. That's what this whole thing is about. This whole enterprise is winning.
Win or but also plunk. Yeah. Fair is fair. You got to do
like the next time Austin Adams is up. If I just obliterate it, just knock his pitches out of the yard, that does more to Austin Adams than trying to figure out how we're going to plunk him.
But if you can't, and the Mets probably can't, plunk away. If you can, you're right.
He's a reliever, so you're just going to have to hit somebody else, I guess. But
cash me outside. Okay. Cash me outside. I don't know. I got nothing.
It's a long time ago, but sure.
All right. Listen, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and another pitcher, not with a celebration problem, but with another problem. Yeah. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
80% of youth in Arizona don't drink, smoke, or use drugs. Want to know the reason why? It's you. Kids say not disappointing their parents is one of the main reasons they choose not to drink or use drugs. Visit TalkNowAZ.com because while you might worry you aren't getting through, you are. Keep it up and stay up to date about the latest Arizona drug trends at TalkNowAZ.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation,
But anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
When you were young, all you wanted in the summer was an ice cream truck to roll by. Now, you just can't wait for the Harbor Freight parking lot sale to roll around. And it'll be here this weekend. Maybe you're looking to fill up that tool chest. Maybe you're looking for a tool chest to fill up. You'll save money either way. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until August 18th, 2024. While supplies last. Limitations apply.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. Arizona has a shortage of teachers and a need to improve students' proficiency in reading and math. We need to increase teachers' income, which they deserve, and to increase students' proficiency, which is my highest priority. I'm therefore providing $40 million for free one-on-one tutoring for all students, first grade through high school, regardless of proficiency level. Learn more today at azed.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education. With the first pick. Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted. Summer means mini camp, OTAs, then pre-season. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news you need to know about the NFL offseason. If it's the NFL, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic. So, Hunter Green, it's got a little bit of a weird tick. You know what I mean? Everybody has like a tick, right? So, sometimes people will do this a lot. Maybe a pitcher will go up there and kind of do that with their shoulders. And then they'll do one of these things. I know some of the singling, but then they get their little OCD things where they have to touch this, touch that. Sometimes it's signs. Sometimes it's, just ticks. Everybody's got their own little thing. Everybody has their own little, I told my wife, I was like, I think I've got mild OCD. Like it bothers me that one plant is dead and the other ones aren't, or it's something like it's mild where like we were talking about a t-shirt. You remember I told you about how I've got a couple of t-shirts that the design on it, instead of being straight up and down, is kind of crooked.
Yeah.
And it bothers me, but not so much I'm not going to sleep in it. I got this with the Jets. They're flying straight up, making the American flag. Well, they're kind of going at an angle. And you've seen the t-shirt I've worn with the VU meter on it.
Yeah.
That is also crooked.
It's crooked?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I didn't even notice that.
You buy a t-shirt on Amazon, it's going to probably come out printed crooked. Now,
I did have an old Commander shirt I couldn't wear because it was the R logo, the cursive R, and it was tilted.
It was tilted. Yeah, you like this?
I don't know where it is now. I just stopped wearing it. It just bothered me. It's
mild.
Yeah,
it's mild, and I won't wear these out of the house because it bothers me, but not so much that I'm throwing it away. So to me, that's mild case of like OCD stuff, right?
Yeah,
not enough to make me do a thing, but it does kind of like. I'm slightly
just uncomfortable. Yeah,
I don't even know what to do with what Hunter Green does. Hunter Green's a pretty good pitcher, and he throws up a lot.
Oh, he's that person.
He just throws up. He's out there, right? He's having a pretty good day. He's like 4 hits and 1 run over 7 innings. That's not a bad. It's not a bad game for a pitcher. Struck out 8, and he's standing out there. But around the 5th inning, he's standing there, and all of a sudden he just brings his glove up, just throws up in his glove, and he kept in the game for a couple more innings. Why is he?
That is an
Is
unreal
he just
level of.
trying to stop the umpires from checking his
No,
hands for because guess what? Want to check my
th-
hands now?
that's a sticky substance. No, that's vomit. That's what that is.
I wish Randy was here to find out if vomit would actually help you control the spin on the ball.
I can't imagine it would.
It's just
Unless you mixed it with the rosin, I guess, which would be weird.
Well, he did this back in June, and other people are saying this has happened more than just a couple of times.
Hunter Green has a lot of anxiety, is what that sounds like.
He's out there pitching, doing fine. Everything's okay. And then he just brings his glove up.
Like being a pitcher is one of the loneliest positions in sports because you're just out there by yourself. And if you're struggling or if you're nervous for any reason, there is no one out there to help you. This isn't a basketball team where there's 4 other guys and someone who can be like, hey, no, keep your head up, man. Let's go. Like you have to do all of that yourself. And if you're that anxious, man, I don't know if this is the job for you. It's just sounds like he's anxiety vomiting.
Can you imagine you're up to bat and you look over there and you see the pitcher just puking and just puke splurting through his glove and down his
might actually
arm.
encourage me to hit a home run just so that the ball is nowhere near me.
No, I think I'd be pretty well distracted. Like, oh, what the hell? Strike! Oh, I would. Oh, okay. Ooh, because I couldn't think about anything other than that.
The next thing you're going to do is turn to the catcher and go, "Is that gross for you too?" Because you're holding it.
Yeah,
like
I'm just saying. Let me see that ball.
I've got a bat. I don't have to touch that with my hands at all.
Well, he's got the ball in his hand and he pukes. You're fine. It's the next pitch I'd be worried about.
Like when he puts his glove out for the ball to come back. I'm going to call time. I'm stepping out of the batter's box right now. I need something to be addressed.
Oh,
he needs to change gloves.
What are you doing throwing up out there? Yeah, and then I don't know if they changed his glove or
he just has
hosed it down. What do you do with that? And it's got a smell, I'm sure. There's a smell in the glove.
There has to be.
And they always bring the glove up, so he's like sniffing puke every pitch. Just, enjoy your dinner. 888-368-1580.
And what's crazy is he's having a good season.
Pineapple Express says, that sounds like the noise I make when I'm making mad, passionate love. Really?
That really shouldn't be what that sounds like. I
think you're doing it wrong.
Do you get complaints often? That sounds like that would scare someone away.
Most of the people in the text line, I think, probably get plenty of complaints.
Fair enough.
Rainy City Bitch Pigeon says Hunter Green's pregame meal is Taco Bell. No, it's more like Chipotle.
Well, Chipotle doesn't make me vomit. It's the other side.
Oh, by the way, I've never been to Burrito Express. Have you been to Burrito Express?
I went once.
Yeah.
I got a breakfast burrito. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was like a bacon and egg burrito.
It's hard to get breakfast wrong. I don't know if they're any good for regular burritos.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Commando Duke says former Commando linebacker London Fletcher said he threw up before every game. Well, that dude was just trying to lose weight. He probably did it in the bathroom, not out on the field.
Yeah. But the London Fletcher
bulimic.
Definitely that surprises me because he doesn't seem like he's an anxious person. He just seems composed all the time. And I guess he got it out of his system before. Also, London Fletcher's a huge guy. So if he was trying to lose weight, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
He's a linebacker.
I don't understand the nervousness. I never get nervous.
I don't know.
Been nervous.
I've never had a high pressure situation where like if I'm bad at my job enough, I just have no job. I haven't had that happen to me, so I don't know. Like when you're an athlete, you're out there, you get your starting job, and it's something you've worked for. You have a couple of bad games pitching, you could be back down in the minors, and who knows when we see you up in the major leagues again.
No, I mean,
there's a level of pressure there that I personally don't have any experience with.
Never been nervous about my job. I've never been nervous going on stage in front of people, going on the radio, going on the TV. It's just there's something dead inside me. So I don't understand the nervousness. I'm serious. I mean,
yeah, like public speaking, something I don't get nervous about that. I know that that's something that a lot of people are afraid of, but
what is it? feel like. I'm serious. I don't know what it feels like to actually be nervous. Now, when I was younger and I was doing stand up, I would be stressed. I wouldn't be nervous. I'd be stressed because I wanted to make sure I had everything right in the order I wanted to do, want to make sure I had my jokes right before I hit the stage when I had first started. And but it wasn't nervousness. And when I've been on TV, lights go on, and I'm just like, all right. It doesn't, I guess because I've always had this understanding that no matter what happens, whether it's on stage, on TV, on radio, I'm going home that night. You know what I mean? It's not like anything is happening is so important that, so what? It's basically a big old pile of, I hope I have fun more than anything. I hope it goes well. I want it to go well. But I guess I don't know. Like I said, I might be dead inside and I don't know why.
Yeah, it just depends. And like, I've never had like a group of people relying on me in that way where if I blow a save or something, I got to go back to that dugout to all those guys who are depending on me to close out this game. And I choked.
Okay. No, that's good.
And
that's good.
And if you have that level of pressure, does that, because the personal ones, not like just because all the people watching the baseball game, I don't think that he's worried about what they think. I think it's a lot of, we're trying to win games. We're trying to ultimately win a championship, and everything I do goes towards that. And if I screw up enough, I may cost myself a job, and I may cost us that goal.
Fifth letter says nervousness is a feeling of fear, worry, apprehension that can be caused by apprehension or fear. It's a common reaction to stressful situations, such as a new challenge, important event, or being outside your comfort zone, says fifth letter as he copies and pastes something directly from the internet, I think.
Probably Wikipedia would be my guess, but or WebMD, one of the two.
Got a new texter on the text line at 2355 says, Jeffrey, Burrito Express is the worst spot to grab a burrito. Guaranteed to have the runs if you ever have one.
Really?
Who are you, by the way, 2355? Are you a new texter or because, well, he did use my name like we knew each other.
So I assume that you've been listening for at least a little bit. I also find it interesting what causes people to actually text in. And the Burrito Express warning was important enough.
Finally, 2355 is like, oh, hell no.
Oh, no. I've got to get off the bench. I'm getting in the game. I've got to warn everyone.
That, man. Fifth letter says, I sure did copy paste. I ain't that smart, Jeffrey. Hey, at least you know how to copy and paste, though. Some people don't even know how to do that.
Which is kind of sad if you ever met those people.
The Berg says, I will not take this Burrito Express slander.
Oh, Berg's a Burrito Express fan.
Is it slander if it gave him the runs? I think
like if it's true for him, then at least the Burrito Express he has been to or frequents, that's just not a good Burrito Express.
Berg says, if I screw afternoon guys, if I screw up enough, 434 clip it can be used many weeks during football season. Oh, he wants that clip of you saying if I screw up enough.
Why?
Berg always asks for us to get these clips. He gives us the time code. We never go get them.
Yeah. And like, am I supposed to feel bad about that?
Especially the guy who's going to go get the clip. It's his clip. He's not going to go get it.
But even if I did, what would I use it for? I don't understand. I'm a human being. Of course, I'm going to screw up at some point. That's.
Well, I think he's more talking about your fantasy football.
Okay, that's the least important part of my life. My life is not built around fantasy football.
The least important? Are you sure? Because that's no wonder you lose so damn much.
I guess.
How is the least important? There's got to be far more least important things in your life than fantasy football.
The actual football is more important to me than the fantasy football.
No, nobody's asking you what's more important. There should be many things more important to you than fantasy football. But to say it's the least important.
I enjoy fantasy football, but it's not my favorite.
The least important? Can't be the least important.
I don't know that's.
You get junk mail, do you not?
I do.
Far least important than fantasy football.
Okay, fantasy football is more important than junk mail.
I'm just saying we could build up from there and find where you're really at.
I was exaggerating for effect.
Berg says least important part of my life, 437. You're going to have to just let that go, Berg.
Yeah. And also, Berg, like Jeffrey said, I'm the one responsible for pulling the clips. And I'm not gonna because you want them. B, I just don't care enough.
Berg says, at least close the blinds, Keon.
They're closed. The sun is just at the right angle. It's coming through the window that way, and that's just what it is.
Hi, Berg. Now I know you're watching. I'll wave at you. Hi, Berg. Big George says, Burrito Express is good food and affordable. Plus, the owner's a Sun Devil alumni who supports the football team. That's a plus in my book. 2355 says, Burrito Express slandered my intestines. I stand by what I said. I like 2355.
Yeah, when you got the personal experience and a little bit of snark, you're good. You're good with us, man.
Slave Dave says, I think the name says it all. Burrito Express? Yeah, that does indicate it's going to go through you pretty fast.
Yeah.
Donnie says, Burrito Express sucks just as much as the Berg.
Oh, boy.
Oof. They fight on Twitter. Not going to have you saying bad things about Berg on here, Donnie. Nah, that's the last time I read one of those for you.
You got to, if you want to say mean things to people on this here text line, you got to be clever and funny about it. If you're just mean, then that's not interesting. That's just.
So now the Berg wants to know from 2355, which location 2355?
So everyone could know to at least avoid that one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, even if you enjoy Burrito Express, you need to know.
Let me give you a clue on which Filbertos to avoid.
Oh, boy.
All of them, unless you like to eat cat.
I was across the street from a Filiberto's when I first moved here, and I went on a late night food run. It was not good.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't even do anything to me. I didn't ruin my day or anything. It just tasted bad. So it's not a dramatic story, but I will not be back.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, I'm getting at least one baseball story in per segment. At this pace, we'll have plenty left over to talk about tomorrow.
I'm sure.
It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS. Call Civic Tax Relief for free information now. Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
Just call 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908.
My name is Mary Grace. I lost my mom to Alzheimer's in 2017. And 2 months after losing her, my dad was diagnosed. The earlier the diagnosis you have, the more time you have with your loved one. With my dad, now that I know what's coming, I'm able to create memories not only for him, but for myself. So when he can't remember, I'll remember for him.
For more information, contact us at alz.org or through the 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
So what did the doctor say?
He said I might need surgery.
Wow, it's that serious.
Well, we won't know for sure until I talk with a surgeon, but I'm lost. This is all new to me.
The decision to have surgery isn't easy, but neither is living with pain.
There is an alternative to surgery. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach and can restore pain-free joint function so you can avoid surgery. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, so suddenly now we're in a conversation about Burrito Express. I'm gonna really, I don't know. Yeah,
I just don't have strong enough opinions on it to
I
really.
don't think I've ever eaten there. 2355 says it's all of them, so he's not a fan. CK
Okay.
says I frequent Burrito Express once a week. Their breakfast burritos are money. All right,
Yeah,
like I said, breakfast.
I've only been there once, but the breakfast burrito I had was very good.
Do they have chorizo?
Of course they do.
Donnie says, Jeffrey, slide into my DMs if you want a good spot for burritos on our side of town. Why do I gotta slide into your DMs? Why can't you just tell me?
We're just talking right now.
Yeah, I'm not sliding into anything.
Unless he's saying he doesn't want that spot broadcast to everybody.
All right, well, just text it, and I won't tell everybody if you don't want me to. Rainy City Bitch Pigeon says, I'd like to nominate Burrito Express as a texter nickname. Well, only they can have it. If Burrito Express shows up and they're like, and verifies that that's them, then I would let them have a texter nickname. But, you know, we're going to talk about it much more than this. They're going to have to pay for it. Big George says, Jeffrey, you're right about Filiberto's. Only had that like 2 times in my life, and both times just wrecked my stomach. I was pooping out grease and weird orange stuff for a week. Why are you looking? You know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore. We're moving on. Rough Rob says, don't eat Filiberto's unless you want an arm growing out your ass. I don't think that's actually possible.
I don't think that's possible either. How would that happen?
Pretty sure that's not.
Logistically, I don't think
you
that
have no
makes any
record of
sense.
that ever happening.
That would be a scientific anomaly.
But it would be great.
Would it?
Because you could wipe your own, but you just sit there. You don't have to touch nothing. You get your ass hand back there, your ass arm. They just let that do the cleaning. Kind of like that windshield wiper on the back of an SUV.
It's not quite as good as the other wipers, but for what it does.
Yeah, it keeps both my front hands clean. It's my back hand is. You can keep both hands like this in a conversation and pull your underwear out of your crack. Dude, I'm totally going to Filiberto's now. Just the thought of it.
Just the possibility.
I want a third ass arm.
That's a sentence I just never thought I'd ever hear. I think this might be yet another Daily Blender original sentence in the history of the English language.
You're welcome, America. Rough Rob, you just opened up our eyes to the possibilities. I want to go swim at Fukushima. You know, over in Japan where they had that nuclear meltdown and the fish started having the 3 eyes like on The Simpsons. I bet if I swim around there, I'll get my ass arm. I'll get my ass arm quick.
Okay, but what if something goes wrong and it's a foot instead? That's less useful.
No, it's not.
Still works for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was a kid, they made me wear socks whenever we'd play Monopoly because we'd lay down on the floor because we're kids, right? On the carpet. And I'd lay there and I have these monkey toes and I could reach over and when no one's looking, I could steal money out of the bank with my toes and bring it up. And they're like, how do you still have money? I'm just that good. And they're like, hey.
I'm very good at budgeting.
Yeah. I robbed the bank with my toes. So yeah, no, whatever it is, I'm good.
Okay, fair enough.
Scratch Me Because says, the Trader Joe's carne asada burritos are fantastic. Better than most burrito shops. I'll take that under consideration, Scratch Me Because. There is a Trader Joe's nearby. I've always been afraid to go into one and come out with no money. I heard it's expensive.
It depends on what you get, though. There's a lot of stuff that's just cheaper than other stores, too. So I don't know. I buy some things at Trader Joe's just because it's pretty cheap.
Screaming Eagles on the text line. He did not hear you earlier when you referred to him as probably one of the few sane and smart people on our text line. But he says, hello, Fanatic. Did you already say where the fantasy football draft to be held? Getting ready and excited for this really fun event. Yes, we did. We just announced it today. It's at the same place we've done it the last, must have been 2 years in a row. Now it'll be our third year at the Dave & Buster's over at the Tempe Marketplace, Friday, August 23rd. And the draft starts at 7 p.m., but we'll do a full show broadcast from there from 3 to 6. So be sure and come on out and join us, and we'll have a good time. So yes, we have the place. We have the time tonight and over the next couple of days. Probably going to use up some of my weekend to do this. I'm going to get all the leagues straightened out. Some of you will be moving, so don't get mad. But yeah, some people are going to end up getting moved into other leagues. But yeah, you're not moving, Screaming Eagle. Don't worry. But yeah, we've got it all sorted. Fake Andy Reid is going to be sending over our draft order for us. I'll post that up the minute we get it. See, I upgraded. Last year it was the fantasy football pancake eating guy.
Which that guy was pretty funny.
Everybody said it was very underwhelming as far as you actually went on Cameo and paid this guy.
I mean, I guess
I only paid him $19.
Yeah, and I don't know. He seems
That's
like
my money.
He's a really chill guy. It looks like.
No, I was happy with what he did. A lot of people were like, seriously. And so then I was going through the Cameo and I'm like, yeah, I could spend up to, I don't know, maybe 50 this time. And there he was. And I tell you what I did. Even after I looked at Andy Reid and I was like, you know what? Let's see who's out there for 100. You know, well, why not? Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't find anybody I wanted more than fake Andy Reid.
Who was out there for 100? Was there anybody that stood out to you as like, wow, that guy's kind
couple of actors that like only I would know from like stuff I watch.
Okay, gotcha.
As far as, there were some a-hole athletes that I don't like or that I've actually met and didn't like. And yeah, just nobody. There was nobody for $100 or less that I wanted more than fake Andy Reid that would do our fantasy football lineup.
I had to look him up yesterday. He does look exactly like Andy Reid.
He may not sound exactly like him, but he looks exactly like him.
But he does look exactly like him. I mean,
and he's got energy. He's got enthusiasm. He's got the gusto, like my
maybe
wife
more
says.
than actual Andy Reid, which could be fun.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. Who knows? Maybe next year we'll get Kevin Harlan.
Oh, fingers crossed on that one. I
keep trying. Kevin Harlan's never going to do our draft order. Berg says Premier League draft on Saturday. You are correct, sir. Big George says at this rate we'll be having Shooter McGavin or Ice-T do the draft order. Nah. I mean, I know he's an actor, but I really hated Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, he is unlikable.
I don't know. And Ice-T,
Ice-T plays the worst cop in a cop show ever because he seems to be unaware of the very procedures that he's supposed to be enforcing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's turning and asking other cops
things
that he should know to become a cop. It's just very strange. It's just
like a constant stream. Like I don't know why they figure he should play the part of the audience. So he asks the questions.
Yeah.
Then you're like, I already know this. Why don't you know this? It's like, he's like, so we should handcuff him now? Yeah.
Have you? Yeah.
Handcuff him.
Have you not been handcuffing people this entire time?
Yeah.
Are there people you've illegally detained because you weren't sure who to handcuff and who not to handcuff? It's very weird.
He didn't write this. He didn't write his part, but I mean, I'd be pissed if I were him.
Yeah.
Like, he has asked all the questions, and you're like, at some
Yeah.
point, you're like, can somebody else ask a dumb question?
How did you make
please?
it out of the academy? Is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand. Like, this is basic stuff.
What do you mean? I'm a detective? Yeah, you're a detective.
Yeah. Again, how did you become one?
Dropping the Soap says, was a fake Keon Rose available? I think we could have just paid Keon.
Yeah, I mean, at that point,
I'll give him $39.
I don't know if I'm even worth impersonating.
CK says you should have got that chin balancer to do a live skit. Who, chin balancer?
Chin balancer.
Oh, I
Are we-
remember that guy.
Oh,
We had him on the show once, didn't we?
Not this show, but he was on a show on this station once that no longer exists.
Oh,
yeah, the chin balancer.
Well, that's right. I would never have that guy on.
He seems like a nice dude for what it's worth. He just isn't that interesting outside of that. He balances things on his chin. That's the only thing.
Remember where I say I'm a sellout? If there's money behind it, I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is if Chin Balancer comes
Yeah.
in here and writes a check and wants to be on the show, he can be on the
Step
show.
right up, son. Pinisher says, hey, looking forward to playing in Premier League this season. Can't wait for the draft. That's right. Pinisher has moved up to the Premier League. Welcome. Dropping the Soap says, Ice-T has a house in Chandler. Yeah, that's what gets you. That's the kind of house you get from Law and Order.
And that's the thing is he may be asking a lot of
SUV.
questions and he looks like a very, very incompetent cop. But I bet those Law and Order checks are nice. And it's in syndication forever.
Do you think he knows? Do you think he knows?
I don't know. I can't imagine that he knows because I could not have allowed myself to be that character for I don't know how many seasons he's been on TV now.
Dung dung. He's just cashing checks and laughing.
Yeah.
He doesn't even care. Good for him. Good for him. Moist one, that's funny. Go to hell. I can't tell you what he said.
Oh my God.
That is funny, but go to hell. You want to hear something that's really funny? You know how they have these driverless cars now?
Mm-hmm.
The Waymos.
The Waymos, yeah. I've been in one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How drunk were you?
Very.
Oh, so yeah. That's better that than driving.
And it's cool because you don't have like the Uber driver, like no one wants to talk to you because there's no one else in the car. It's just you and whoever you were with.
That's kind of awesome. How much did the ride cost you?
My friend actually paid for it, so I don't know off the top of my head, but
find out. I'm curious.
Yeah.
But a San Francisco neighborhood's been dealing with loud disturbances, and they're like, "What the hell's that?" Basically, remember the Waymo cars are just robots. That's actually because they're driverless. That's a robot. And I guess the robot cars, the Waymo cars, are getting confused in a parking lot, and then they just honk at each other all night long. Like they see each other like, what are you? What are you? What are you? What are you? And they just sit there honking all night.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome. I love that a little bit.
It says about a 15-minute ride is about $7.60.
$7.60?
Yes. Yeah, $7.60.
That's really cheap.
Yeah, because they're still really new, so I think they're just trying to encourage people to use it.
Can you get a ride from the airport with one?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
And
gonna
you
check
can see,
into
you
that.
can see the screen, and it's got this digital recreation of all the cars around you. It sees all the cars around, even the ones behind it.
Can I sit in the front seat behind the wheel and grab it if I need to?
I don't know if you can grab it, but you can just sit in the front. Like I don't know what they'll allow you to do with that.
Sounds cheaper than taking a cab. Oh, I like this. I'm gonna look into that.
It's pretty cool.
All right, I have another baseball story, I guess, when we come back. It's taken the whole damn show to get there. It's Daily Blender, 1580, The Fanatic.
Celebrate over 100 years of America's original butcher and save 50% off site-wide during the Omaha Steaks anniversary sale. Plus, this special offer, get an extra $30 off at omahasteaks.com with promo code SIZZLE at checkout. For 5 generations, Omaha Steaks has brought endless flavor, variety, and value on premium proteins, sure to satisfy. But hurry, this offer won't last. That's omahasteaks.com, code SIZZLE at checkout. Minimum purchase may apply. Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
ADOT presents Terrifying Jobs.
Bull Rider, take two.
Today we're talking with Clifford Maxwell, a rodeo bullfighter. His job? Distract raging bulls from going after thrown riders.
Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it?
I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked out.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle.
You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you?
Yeah. Distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by ADOT, the ABA, and this station.
Stay ahead of the curve with your commute. ADOT's I-10 Broadway Curve Improvement Project is making great progress. That means better travel times, safer commutes, plus easier access to work, schools, retail, and Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Want to stay informed about upcoming closures and construction traffic? Good news, you can get real-time updates on the app, available at i10broadwaycurve.com. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Transportation.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
My name is Mary Grace. I lost my mom to Alzheimer's in 2017. 2 months after losing her, my dad was diagnosed. The earlier the diagnosis you have, the more time you have with your loved one. With my dad, now that I know what's coming, I'm able to create memories not only for him, but for myself, though. When he can't remember, I'll remember for him.
For more information, contact us at alz.org or through the 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime. When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He'll be back when he's damn good and ready, but we got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. You know what? All this crap I got here, I'm going to save this for tomorrow. I got a bunch of stuff here. But let's just talk football. Yeah, let's just talk some NFL football. I mean, look through these things. None of this stuff has to be talked about immediately today. Yeah, I got a big stack too, man.
Oh, wow.
Big stack.
Here we go.
I can
time
sleep
of year
in tomorrow. Sleep in until 6:30 tomorrow. That's great.
Oh, just 6:30.
Well, I mean, I have other stuff I got to do.
Yeah.
Just getting to my papers. Yeah, I probably should have done this during the break, but I had to go pee-pee in the potty.
And that's more important, quite frankly.
It's my favorite things. I got teenage kids, and whenever I had to go, I was like at a restaurant. I got to go pee-pee in the potty, and I'll walk off.
And because
she's my daughter loves it. She laughs, but she's like, Dad, Dad, could you not say you got to go pee-pee in the potty?
As a teenager once, and the only thing that you care about is at that age is just being embarrassed.
Dad.
And there's nothing more embarrassing than your parents having fun.
So, you know how the comets will come by every however many years, like Halley's Comet every 76 years or 100 years? I don't know what it is. And, because they're in an orbit, and so they come back around. Is Colin Kaepernick, because all of a sudden, I went all kinds of time with nothing in my news feed about Colin Kaepernick. And now all of a sudden I got 3 things about Colin Kaepernick. What the hell is happening?
I guess he is like a comet.
What is going on? So here's the first thing I heard. The first story says Colin Kaepernick still training, still pushing, wants another NFL shot.
It's just not happening, dude.
And he says, quote, got to get one of these team owners to open up. Colin, come on, man. Listen, he was blackballed. Absolutely. Got a bad shake. But the door's been opened a couple of times for you to step up and be a part of somebody's team. You know, and they wanted to work you out. You didn't show up. They wanted to have you come on in. Hey, come on down. We'll just have you go ahead, get in the camp, and we'll put you in. And oh no, not if I'm going to be a backup. It's like, okay, so
he's changed the venue of the workout on one occasion. Like,
do you want to just stop, man? No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And now 8 years later, less chance than ever that you're going to play, man.
Just put it down. Just that fire. They like he kind of screwed himself over in a lot of ways too, because whatever it was that he was trying to do or say, that was more important than coming back to the NFL. So, you know, when
I can respect that, but stay in that lane.
When he finally got a chance early on, it was, well, I was a starter before. I want to be a starter. Well, that's just not going to happen. All right. Like you like, there are plenty of guys who feel like they should be a starter, and then they come back as backups anyway, because that's the only way to get yourself a shot. Yeah. And then later on, when they had the workouts, he was really particular about where the workouts were and what, you know, what venue they were at.
You start to believe more and more he never intended to actually come back.
Yeah, like it seems like you want to just stay in the news cycle. And look, maybe it's to try and point more eyeballs towards whatever causes you've got going on now. Who knows? But either way, those things still seem more important than football to you. Like, and there's just no GM that's going to do that. And like, he's 36 now. Like, it's over. Even if you want to come back, there's no quarterback misses a decade of time and comes back at 36 years old and they're just great. It's fine. Nothing's dropped off like that. You haven't even seen the evolution of an NFL defense. When a coach is gone for that long, I'm concerned. A player? There's no way, dude. It's just not happening.
So that's story number one. Story number two, well, I'm like, well, that's interesting. Headline, Colin Kaepernick says he wants to play flag football for Team USA at the 2028 Olympics. Okay, and then at that point, he'll be 40.
And he'll probably still be fast at 40. I mean, you know, like you
just need him to throw.
Yeah. And
in flag football, your quarterback ain't running. Not really. You're running left to right, but I don't think you're supposed to cross the line of scrimmage,
not unless you get rushed. And I don't know what the rules are on that at a level higher than college intramurals. Okay, well, this is more realistic, but then it's not because Colin, you got old. You'll be 40 years old. And there are people who play flag football like professionally. Not a lot of them. There's not any money in it really, but they exist. Those people would probably be more qualified to play for that team than you.
So the next story, the next Colin Kaepernick tidbit doesn't come from him. Turns out. Comes from Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh has spoken with Colin Kaepernick about a coaching job. Well, that makes sense because they know each other, remember? Yeah. And
Colin Kaepernick's lone Super Bowl appearance, Jim Harbaugh.
I think that is a hell of an olive branch right there, isn't it? And he said, Harbaugh says, if that was ever the path he was to take, I think it would be tremendous. He'd be a tremendous coach. We talked about it a little bit. He's considering it. He was out of the country, said he was going to get back to me. By the way, how serious are you about coming back and being a quarterback if you're out of the country during camp time? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
we got kids sitting by the entrance of camp with a cardboard sign that says, we'll play for food, just desperate to get a chance to even try to be on a team. And Kaepernick's, if you're serious, why are you out of the country right now?
Why were you
should
out
be
of the
here
country
trying to get in
during XFL season? Like, as much as that, or a full season, I guess. Like, what? As much as that's not a great league, if you want to show people you still have something in a place where there are cameras and they can see you do that, that would be the place to do it. And plenty of guys have fallen out of the NFL and gone there just to keep playing, just to keep having something to work on so that they can get another shot. Nothing about the actions of Colin Kaepernick at this point suggests that he actually wants to play football. I do think there was a time when he wanted to. That's a long time ago.
You cannot be somebody who's, putting a cause before themselves and a ginormous ego at the same time. You can't be a guy who's saying, hey, there's something bigger than me and I'm going to stand up for it, or in this case, kneel down for it, but also carry the kind of ego that you're like, I can't ever consider myself a backup. I am too good. Yeah. Now he's saying, well, I'll be on your practice squad. The ship has sailed, man. The ship has sailed. And listen, we can respect you for what you stand for. We can respect you for the fact you stood up for something and got blacklisted for it. You put your skin in the game and you paid the consequences, but you also did bring a lot of awareness. So we can applaud Colin Kaepernick. But then you kept talking and you kind of hurt the cause you worked for with the stuff that kind of came later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't even know if he necessarily heard it so much as
it gave a lot of dumb people. Yeah, well, look at him.
Yeah, I guess. But because there is a point where you're just not a victim anymore. You've reached the point where like you made choices, and I understand like he didn't want to be a backup originally, and that's a hard hit to take to your ego if you were starting, and then all of a sudden like nobody wants you, and there is a mixture of your play declined and you were doing something that the league disapproved of. And so like which thing weighed more in those equations? I get that. But by the time he changed his mind and decided being a backup is something he wanted to do, he was already getting to that age where teams are not looking for a 33, 34-year-old quarterback. That was a couple of years ago, the last time we talked about this. And he said he was finally willing to do that. Now you're older. You're 36. Like the teams are not looking for a 36-year-old quarterback to come be a backup. That not unless you've been in the league playing this entire time like Joe Flacco and you've just sort of never left. Everybody else is pretty much good at this point.
CK, I just talked about that. I just talked about that. He's like, check out this Kaepernick news. Well, that's what we just talked about. Thank you for being a day late and $1 short. Appreciate it. 888-368-1580. So, wow, Donnie.
Oh,
Donnie and his Vikings.
It's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Did you see what Donnie posted about 'tis the season? It was a recording of his phone screen and him on Twitter with the news that JJ McCarthy done for the year. Then he closes Twitter and opens up Google and searches 2025 NFL mock draft.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's already that time of year. Oh boy.
Well, it got worse. First thing that happened is, as we all know, JJ McCarthy done for the season. And they say, well, his rookie season is over. Okay, does this count as his rookie season? Because he didn't play in an actual game. He was in a preseason game. Does that remove his rookie status for when he comes back next year?
It does in the NFL, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the NFL is much more cold-blooded about that. If you don't play as a rookie, when you come back in year 2, you ain't a rookie. You can't win like rookie of the year or anything, I don't think.
Yeah.
Second-year player.
Hey, if he has a job, he's lucky, right?
Yeah.
So JJ McCarthy out for the season. The meniscus thing, it turned out it was worse than they'd hoped, and they had to go in there and do the whole thing, the actual surgery, not just the trim or whatever. And so it's done. He's done for the season. End of story for the Vikings, because now in Sam Darnold they trust. I loved my play on words in the tweet that I gave Donnie.
I saw that.
I said it looks like yeah, what did I say? I think I said looks like the Vikings are short a quarterback. And then,
oh boy,
we looked over and we're like, oh, that's funny. And then you're like, oh God, Jordan Addison. He just got carted off with a leg injury. Now they're saying it ain't as bad as they thought it could have been. And then, like moments later, though, I saw this. Now wide receiver Thayer Thomas just went down in practice really hard, and he's staying down.
Oh boy, Vikings dropping like flies right now.
What the hell are they doing in Minnesota? What is going on with that practice field?
I think they're just having some bad luck.
Okay, so let's review. Jordan Addison, he tore his meniscus, the thing in his knee. Okay, and then Thayer Thomas went down really hard. I don't know how or why. And then you're running back, right? Jordan Addison's a running back, right?
Addison? No, he's a receiver.
Oh, he's a receiver. Oh, two receivers.
Yeah, and Addison's the better one. So that's
number one, and then number two goes down.
Yeah, it's not great. Well, 2 and 3, I think, because Jefferson's number one.
I would just send Jefferson home.
You're good for this year, man. Just we don't want the wear and tear on you.
Can we put him in stasis? They should have like
or at least bubble wrap.
Freeze him in the locker room. Wow. So then more injuries, more scary things happening across the NFL. Matthew Stafford, he left practice with a hamstring tightness.
Oh, boy.
Ain't great. Then Deontay Johnson, he's now day-to-day with a mild groin strain. So that's something the Panthers didn't need. Juwan Taylor for the Chiefs, he injured his shoulder, but they're like, nah, it's not that big a deal. So Chiefs don't seem too upset about it, but still, that's concerning. Alvin Kamara didn't practice. He has back tightness.
Well, that's not good.
You got to take care of Alvin Kamara. He's about your offense.
Yeah, the entire offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mark Andrews got in a car accident.
Yeah, I saw that.
Not injured. He says no apparent injury. See how the next couple hours go, though. I was in a car accident. I got rear-ended pretty hard on the freeway. And I was like, hey, I'm fine. Everything's good. Came to the radio station, sat down, started doing a show, and slowly deteriorated in excruciating pain in my neck. It was horrible. So, who knows where Mark Andrews is going to be 24 hours from now, but at least the moment they say no apparent injuries.
So that's good. Yeah, I had that happen to me. I had my second car ever crushed like an accordion, just
you in it,
with me in it. Not a whole lot of car left afterwards. And yeah, I was fine like for a couple of days, and then that third day, back spasms, just tightness in the lower back. Couldn't do anything about it. Just had to lay down and let it pass.
You start out lucky to be alive, and then later on, you get a thing.
Yeah.
Kyle G says, in a weird way, this injury is a blessing for J.J. McCarthy. He was a quarterback who needed to sit for a year or two anyway. Now he has that opportunity. Hopefully he'll be up in time to get practice reps this season too. Come back next year, be better prepared for the NFL.
It is kind of a good thing because when he was at Michigan, he showed some things that were really good. But Michigan ran the ball a lot. And he just didn't have the opportunities, I think, that the other guys in the draft class got to show what he was capable of. So it is a little bit of a risk when you're signing or drafting a J.J. McCarthy. I wouldn't have played him this year if I were the Vikings. That's just me. I know that a lot of teams are like that. I would not have played him this year. You'd love to see him in practice, but if he comes back and has a full off season of work, knowing that he's the guy, by the time next year rolls around, you have probably a J.J. McCarthy with a better understanding of a pro style offense and all the different nuances of that.
But see, like I said yesterday, though, the difference is when you have a guy sitting behind the veteran quarterback and able to go into practice and go through and get some reps and learn the things and actually physically do while the veteran plays, that's great. But this isn't going to be that because he's going to be in surgery, then rehabbing, PT, all these things are going to be going on. He won't get to have that same physical interaction being behind a veteran quarterback that he would have had. So it's not like he's going to show up for camp next year and like, I've learned so much. It's just he's going to have to actually go through it again almost.
Well, he still can get to understand what they're going to ask from him as a quarterback at this level because he just didn't have to do it in Michigan. And the more time you get to spend, watching film and getting into your playbook, like that's not the same thing as obviously going through that process physically. I do agree with you on that. But I do think that there is something to, just the idea that the alternative could have been Sam Darnold goes out there, implodes, and then they rush him out there too early. And my franchise has killed, I don't know, like
You've killed a lot of quarterbacks.
3 or 4 rookie quarterback careers just by rushing the guy out there.
And veterans too.
Veterans too, but like the
You've killed so many quarterbacks.
The veteran stuff is a little different because that's just injury.
There should be like helmets like mounted on the wall like deer antlers straight up and down a hallway. And then like the names of all the quarterbacks that the Commanders have killed. Yes.
Campbell.
Yes. So many quarterbacks.
Griffin the third. Yeah. No, we could probably.
The Browns have gone through a lot of quarterbacks. You've killed them.
But I'm just talking about quarterback careers with just rookies. With just rookies, like they rushed a lot of guys out there before they had any business being out there. Dwayne Haskins
desperation
always comes to mind because he had no business being out there. He wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm. And you'll do it again.
Well, this time I think the dude is ready. Jaden Daniels is.
I sure hope so. Like the kid.
He's telling veterans where to line up. I have no. I think he's fine.
I mean, they're like, wow, he's got some stones, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right.
But he also knows the playbook. That's how he can do that. So
Berg says injuries in sports happen. Move on. Again, mustard is the best, he says. He's on this mustard is the best thing.
It's something. Injuries in sports happen, but you can't just move on. like there are whole franchises and they're not just financially, but the whole structure of the organization can ride on whether or not a single player is healthy. The coaches get fired for players not being out there. So it's not nothing, Berg.
Roll Tide Kara says, hi, guys. Hi.
Hey, Roll Tide,
say it.
Roll Tide, Kara. Man, I think we moved to the SEC. Texas moved to the SEC, and I can't say the words Roll Tide anymore. Oh no.
Rough Rob says the Commandos also killed Romo.
No, we're not going to take responsibility for that one. We already have our own quarterbacks that we're taking responsibility for. Smith and Theismann and
kind
Griffin.
of put them on the pile a little bit. Berg says depth on teams is important. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Makes you want to extend the roster size maybe a little bit. Just me.
Yeah, just
all right,
if you're going to play this much football, just saying.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, more football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
PGA Tour Round 1 of the FedEx St. Jude Championship at TPC Southwind in Memphis will begin on Thursday. One of the stronger fields of the season as it is the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Scotty Scheffler, world number 1, coming off winning Olympic gold in Paris, is the betting favorite to win in Memphis. He is at plus 330. Two-time major winner Xander Schauffele is at plus 800. Rory McIlroy plus 1,000. Colin Morikawa is plus 1,200 to win this week at Memphis, while Ludwig Oberg of Sweden is plus 2,200. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-786-9300, 800-786-9300, 800-786-9300.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call. 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
James Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Roll Tide Kara says, hey, just for you, Keon, hook 'em horns.
I appreciate that.
That was awfully nice.
Yeah, we're not rivals yet. We haven't really played as SEC teams, so.
So this niceness is not going to last.
I don't know how long it can, but I have no ill will towards Alabama yet.
All right. Well,
they did squash us in that 2009 title game, but we don't have to talk about that.
Enjoy it while you can, I guess. Hey,
and
listen,
look, you'll never be Oklahoma. So
here's a new piece of news for you. The Patriots. I'm so tired. I have not slept well for like the last 3 nights.
Between the two of us, words right now, not working so well.
So like night after night, either I don't sleep well, combo Bebo has to go to the bathroom, wakes me up, and then I can't go back to sleep. So Patriots, thank you. Patriots have just sent Matthew Judon to the Falcons.
Wow.
Yep. Falcons get Matthew Judon, and I don't know what the Patriots get. I'm trying to find out what the deal is here.
Let's see.
Let me know if you can find the whole deal. All I see is just the headline. It's not showing
Patriots sending top edge rusher Matthew Judon to the Falcons for a 3rd-round draft pick. So,
see,
worth it for them, I guess.
Yeah, if I'm the guy getting traded, and what are you guys getting back? 3rd-round draft pick. I'd be like,
you get that, but
that feels bad to me. It feels bad in my soul.
In the NFL, you got a guy with some wear on his on the tires, a little experience in the career. No one's giving up a 1st-rounder for that. You might be here playing for what, 2-3 more seasons?
Yeah, I know, but
I'm not giving you a 1st-rounder for that.
I know he's 32, so
yeah.
But still,
if he finishes his career a Falcon, that's maybe 6 more years.
You don't see yourself as a 3rd round pick kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't see yourself getting traded for that. You're like,
yeah, but
At
he's the one that forced the trade. So you left him with no leverage whatsoever. They're just trying to get you out of the locker room so you're not a distraction all preseason and maybe early season if they wait too long.
I don't think any of us would really want to know what we'd be traded for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, probably like a can of Campbell's soup or something is probably what I'd be traded for.
I hope I'd at least get a new coffee maker from another radio station. Yeah. You know, Radio Ron to be like, at least Keurig. It's Keurig. I had to do it.
Okay, there you go. Just something useful. Just something useful. Not like a bag of paper clips. It would be hurtful.
Sir Drives a Lot says can of corn. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just if you find that out, it's like that's all I'm worth. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Dak Prescott, by the way, is bad at math.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed, actually. Genuinely.
He came out and he says, I'm 1,000% going to be back to practice. So you can be 100% sure. You can't be 1,000% sure. There is only 100%.
Well, there are higher percentages than 100%.
No, there is 100%. And when you talk about things like this,
yeah,
you could say there's been 1,000% increase in revenue.
Right.
You could say that 1,000%. But you can't say I will 1,000% be back. No, you're 100% back.
Okay, I see.
And no
saying.
more.
He's just exaggerating, though.
You know what? I had his back for so many years.
I don't think you have ever had Dak Prescott's back.
But I can't go any farther than this.
I'm pretty sure we've just only roasted him on this show. At this,
you weren't here for the a lot of years.
For the a lot of years. Well, I've been here for 3 about at least.
Well, he's been in the NFL longer than that.
And at least in the 3 years that I've been here, I haven't.
How long has he been in the NFL?
What is it? He's getting into year 9 now, I want to say.
I had his back for all those years. 1,000%. I see stuff like that. It drives me crazy. You can't 1,000% do anything.
Yeah. This is his 9th season.
I gave 110% effort. You didn't. You gave 100% effort, but because you're a lazy bastard, it felt like 110%. Because you're bad at things too.
Well, it's not that. It's that your coach usually uses that cliche. So then you use it too. That's generally how that goes.
I couldn't get on board.
Everyone who's ever learned the phrase 110% effort learned it from a coach.
High school, Coach Jess Parker. I was like, excuse me, you can only do 100%. He's like, I'm a history teacher. Now shut up. No, he's right.
All right. Well, that's fair.
Yeah. So speaking of Cowboys, at practice, they're all pushing, shoving, and they're having a group practice with the Rams. And, and then, sometimes plays, the guy gets pushed a little bit further, a little something happens right there,
Yeah.
And, this defensive tackle was trying to keep this guy back, I can't remember what it was. It's kind of like he pushed a guy back and then he kind of spins around. And then all of a sudden there was this equipment intern for the Rams just happened to be there. And he goes, poof. Now, if he did that to another player, it'd be like nothing. But since he was an equipment intern, he kind of went flying. Put that boy right on the ground, man. Just boom, without effort, just planted him. And then he runs back over to his side. I think he realized he's like, uh-oh. He ran over to his side. And then, of course, a bunch of the Rams players came after him. And this almost turned into a big thing. But then they realized, it's just an intern. Everybody was fine. So it was
okay.
It was over before it started, but yeah, people did start to push and shove when this kid got thrown down. Of course, he jumped right back up. He's like, "Okay," but dude, he got like properly pushed. It wasn't accidental. It was just like, oh, there's a guy here. To be fair, he shouldn't be in the field.
Yeah.
Where a play might happen, but he was also doing what he was supposed to do. So he was both right and wrong at the same time.
It might have just been like, do I go out there and do it, or do I let it go? Because if someone gets hurt because I'm not doing my job.
So if it had been me, I would have screamed bloody murder just to see that guy get his ass kicked. Because when it originally happened, a bunch of Rams players came over. You could hear them. What the F, man? They were yelling at the guy. But if I was over there, they would have gone after that guy.
Screaming like you got shot or something.
Good God. When I was in high school and I played, I was a running back. And there were some times I would be at the bottom of a pile, and all of a sudden a giant hand would come in and pick me up out of it. It was always one of the linemen.
Yeah.
And and I always knew if I even made a slightest noise like, they would have just started tossing guys, There's nothing better than an offensive lineman. The most loyal and protective, I'm telling you. And that's why when the cheerleaders would bring cakes on game day, they always give cakes and stuff. I would always hand them straight to the guys on the offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
dude, I did not play football in high school, but one of my best friends, my senior year of high school, was a guy named Josh Kirby. He was the center for the team, and he's playing high school football in Texas. So he's a huge kid, just
corn-fed,
just gigantic. And I just tell you, that's a great person to have as a friend, because I was like scrawny, and if you sneezed, I'd blow away, be gone. He had my back, man. That was pretty cool.
I remember getting a little too cocky in a situation, and then he's like, "We have your back to a point."
Yeah.
Like, don't be wrong, and we're there for you. But if I had made that noise, holy God, it would have
hell would have broken loose.
Yeah, it would have been scorched earth. So that's why that kid that got pushed over on the Rams, that's what he should have done. That's what I would have done. Oh, it's football. It's all a good time. We're laughing until now.
Oh no.
Keon, I regret to inform you.
Oh no.
Your Commandos have signed Trace McSorley to the roster.
That's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
It's pretty damn bad.
It's not good.
You remember Trace McSorley was with the Cardinals, and Cliff Kingsbury was here,
and then
wonder how he found his way back to a football field.
Ravens before him. I mean, Trace McSorley's not making the roster. I think we'll be okay.
He is cannon fodder. Let's be honest.
He 100% is.
Because here's your bunch of guys. You got Marcus Mariota. You got Jeff Driscoll. They're behind Jaden Daniels. But I guess you have another guy named Sam Hartman. But I guess Sam Hartman, he's got a shoulder injury. So they're like, we got to get a body in here for preseason. So
yeah, and Hartman's a rookie too, undrafted. So the fact is,
this is just preseason stuff. You're going to end up with Marcus Mariota and Jeff Driscoll behind Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, and then I think Hartman's going to probably wind up being the practice squad guy. So I don't even think McSorley makes the practice squad, to be honest.
If you think he's going to make this team, you're McSorley mistaken. All right. God. I just thought even hearing the name would have brought you like depression, but damn it, you're on top of it.
No, because he's just not going to be on the roster. He is a human body that can throw a football, and that's really where his value lies on that team.
CK, that's not the kind of cake I was talking about. He says cheerleaders brought me cake a lot as well, but in more intimate settings.
I really nobody meant that. So
T-Licious says, guess I'm not the only one being shamed. What? When was I shaming T-Licious?
Or anybody? Were we shaming anybody?
I don't know what's happening
now.
Was that a text?
It's not that people have not been shamed on this show.
What are you talking about, T-Licious? I'm looking at his last text. It was yesterday, so I have no idea. The Jet says, Jeffrey just supported Dak Prescott 1,000% of the time for his first 6 years. That checks out.
Okay, if you say so.
That checks out.
Because the last 3, that record is spotty.
You don't know me.
only the last 3 years of you talking about Dak Prescott. That's all I know.
I'm a changed man. All right. I just want to make sure I'm letting people know these things. So I'm going to say it all over again before we go to break. First thing, don't forget to sign up for the NFL Fan Pick'em contest. We're on a new platform, which means you got to go sign up there, not at the old place, not Gridiron Games. Now we're over at Pool Host. So go to 1580thefanatic.com. All the information's right there on the front page. Now, remember, you're playing for a $1,580 first place prize brought to you by Harmon Solar. Second place prize, this is a big prize, a diamond tennis bracelet from Diamond Dave's Desert Wholesale Diamonds. Huge. And then the weekly winners get Kasai Japanese Steakhouse gift cards for $50. So go to 1580thefanatic.com. The password is there. The pool ID number is there if you need it. Everything you need, 1580thefanatic.com. The other thing I want to tell you is we now have the time and the day of our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party. Okay. And same place, same time. That's right. We're doing it again at the Tempe location, Dave and Buster's, Friday, August 23rd, which is next Friday, not this Friday, the next Friday. Am I getting that wrong again? Is this Friday next Friday, or is this Friday this Friday?
This Friday is this Friday.
So if I say next Friday, you don't think this Friday. You think next Friday.
Yeah, I think next Friday. Yeah.
Am I the only one that gets confused with that?
Friday next week is what I think when you say next Friday.
All right, so next Friday.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to be on the air live there from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., we're going to do all the Daily Blender Fantasy Football drafts except for Premier League. Premier League will get done the following day on Saturday. So the rest of you will end up drafting, whether you're in person or not, Friday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. Draft order will be set soon. Everybody who has emailed in, you're going to get put into your league here pretty soon. It's all going to get done here over the next couple of days. So hang in there. And if you are worried that you've been forgotten, just send me a note, blender at 1580thefanatic.com. I will set you at ease. I might laugh at you. But if you want to play and you haven't previously played, use that email address for that as well. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com. So let's take a break. We'll be back with On This Date in Big George's sports history and other things. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, welcome to Staples.
Yeah, my daughter needs a laptop for college, but I need to watch the budget.
Well, Staples hot deals on tech are backed by a price match guarantee, so our prices won't be beat.
Great. I can't believe my baby's starting college.
She'll do great.
I know.
Oh, let's get you a great deal on a laptop.
Save big on tech for school at Staples. Now get up to $300 off select PCs. NC24 price match guarantee valid within 14 days of purchase. Exclusions apply. For details, visit staples.com/price match.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Freedom on the open road. Sharp reflexes and smart decision making is all that separates your body from the road. Even just one drink can affect your ability to ride. Alcohol limits your reaction time and decreases inhibitions, which is the perfect recipe for a DUI. So why would you ever risk riding while impaired? Ride sober or get pulled over. If you hit the bottle, don't roll the throttle. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
It's the sound of the fight songs, the excitement of the rivalries. It's the unbelievable upsets. It's the Heisman hopefuls. It's the national rankings. College football is coming. Listen for it on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Kyle G has a very important question for us. Says, how does the Hamburglar get out of bed? Oh, boy. Mick Sorley. That was so bad. Did you just make that up? That was so bad.
It's dumb, but I like it.
That is almost as bad as
terrible
as what could have happened. So from the how could this go wrong department, listen to this. Retired Marine in Pennsylvania named Joseph DeMarco just turned 100 years old. And police, I guess the people in his town, they decided, well, we got to celebrate. So they threw him a big surprise party. How could that go wrong? You don't throw a 100-year-old person a surprise party.
I think the line on that is like 80.
70.
70 even? Okay.
Could be some undiscovered heart issues on a person.
That's true.
They're
But
feeling good, and you're like, surprise!
There's a line of demarcation. And
70.
At that point, there's no more surprise parties for that person.
Man alive. That are just 100 years old. So they, I guess, you got to tell them ahead of time.
Yeah.
Hey, Joseph, there's going to be a surprise party. Just act surprised. Why did you tell me? We just don't want you to die. This is the thing right there. Don't die. So you had a police escort, special guest. The mayor of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, showed up for it. Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick did too. This guy was a badass. He enlisted in the Marines after Pearl Harbor, forged his parents' signature because he was just 17. He's like, I ain't waiting. There you go. By the way, some piss poor background checking back in the
I could see
40s.
that.
I guess.
Just every time I hear one of those stories, like I was 17 years old and I went off to war.
Couldn't get away with it.
It's just
not today.
Today, the military would be held liable for that. You just can't. You just can't send actual kids to war. But yeah, here we are.
No surprise parties, no pranks. You just let them be 100.
There's surprises that people plan for you, and then there's surprises that just naturally happen over the course of life. At 100, I don't think you need any more. Like
you don't risk that.
Yeah, you have been surprised out. You're good.
How about this for a surprise? You go to a movie, and all of a sudden, there's this woman starts giving birth in the lobby.
That would be unpleasant, and for all parties involved.
Woman in England gave birth in the lobby of a movie theater last week. Actually happened. She squirt the pup right there. What a gross place to.
Of all the places.
Yeah.
It couldn't be someplace clean like I can't even think of a place that would.
So the theater announced they're going to give the kid free tickets for life.
That's kind of cool. I mean,
healthy baby girl. Everybody's fine. I'm just saying, it's a good thing it didn't happen in one of the seats. You know what I mean? Imagine.
Is it possible for them to just like, are the seats separated enough where you can just take out the entire seat? Because it's not worth cleaning.
I don't think they are. I think they're all connected, man.
And that whole row's gone then.
You go in and you're like, why is there a sheet over that seat?
Just that whole row's out of commission. It just,
yeah.
The seat, and probably the seat to the left and right of it as well. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Movie theaters are really gross. I can't imagine.
Here, I'll give you something that will clean the palate, if you will, to make you stop thinking about somebody squirting down and having a baby right there in the lobby.
Please.
What if the kid smells like popcorn the rest of his life?
I sure hope so.
So Chick-fil-A, the religiously and racially intolerant restaurant that sells really tasty chicken. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep eating it. Going to keep eating it. Can't help myself.
There was a football player a few years back that had that, where he was talking about how much he liked eating at Chick-fil-A. And then someone was like, I thought you supported gay people. And his only tweet in response was, the chicken's too tasty.
It's just too tasty.
The chicken's
sorry.
too tasty. I know.
You know
I know.
I'm against what they're saying.
The chicken's too
It's
tasty.
just really good chicken. So I don't know if you ever had it, but and I haven't had it, but I guess people are losing their minds over this. The banana pudding milkshake is coming back.
I have no opinion on it. I don't think I've ever had it.
I don't know if anybody has. I've never had it.
I'm not a big milkshake person, though.
Oh, I am. I love a good milkshake.
I have it every once in a while, but
I'm intrigued by the banana pudding milkshake, having not had it. But if you've had it, let me know. Is this something I should go crazy for? For a limited time.
For a limited time.
Mm-hmm.
I might make that my milkshake of the year, potentially. My one annual milkshake. I don't do it on purpose.
I don't know. Don't do that on an unknown. If you're having one milkshake a year, that's got to be a slam dunk.
You can't miss.
You might not come back another couple of years if this banana pudding milkshake is some sort of an abomination.
That's true. But I'm saying if someone can confirm, okay, it's good, I'll give it a shot.
All right, we'll see what happens. 2355. This is your third text, man. You're going to need a texter nickname. Says, Jeffrey, that retired Marine being 100 years old, I'd be scared for the people who surprise him. They're going to trigger his PTSD and flashbacks. Well, he was a badass. You're right. All of a sudden, this 100-year-old spider monkey jumps over the table, just starts taking out your carotid artery with a cage spatula.
He's 100, but he's stronger than 10 guys. What's going on?
Yeah, you're probably right. All the way around, it's always a bad idea.
It's just the surprise could go either way. Either you surprise him and that's just it for him, or you surprise him and it could be it for you. It's not good. None of this is good.
Commando Duke says, hey, maybe that baby that was born in the lobby was conceived at the movies. Actually, what they said was the baby was conceived in the same lobby. No, not really.
That would be funnier, though.
Just made that
It
up.
would be funnier.
They'd be arrested.
They would be arrested. But
that's the thing. If you conceive a baby in the lobby, you're getting arrested. If you have the baby in the lobby, you get free tickets
for life.
Feels like that's just not right.
Well, because one is not a choice. When the baby's ready to show up,
both of them require carpet shampooing.
They both do. But when the baby's ready to show up, the baby doesn't care where you are. The baby's here now. Whereas if you conceived a baby in a lobby, you could have waited like 15, 20 minutes and done that in a house.
You know what's sad? There's somebody listening to the show right now that is young enough to have been conceived at Dude, Where's My Car? That horrible movie.
That had to be.
When did that come out?
If that wound up being the movie, that is.
Dude, what else are you going to do watching that horrible movie? I mean, actually, it makes sense. Let's see. That was year 2000.
Yeah.
So then if you were born in 2001, you might have been conceived at the movie Dude, Where's My Car?
If you are 24 years old right now.
And
born in 2001.
And then
just ask your parents some questions.
By the way, that was from the movie. And then
I've never seen the movie.
I've seen bits of it here and there, like where I'm flipping through and I realize when I'm watching, I'm like, oh, hell no. But there's a drive-through thing where the lady keeps saying, and then. It was. I don't know if it was a good or bad movie. I feel like it was bad.
All of my stoner friends in high school loved that movie.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Hal Sparks, who has been on the show, was in that movie. That's right. He was. Forgot about that. Anyway, Big George says never had banana pudding milkshake at Chick-fil-A. First time it's being offered in 13 years, huh? Peach milkshake currently being sold is amazing. I like peaches, just don't know if I want peach flavor. Swave Dave says I could roll with a banana milkshake, but banana pudding milkshake? Yeah, is there chocolate involved?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But banana pudding's a big thing in the South, so if it's Chick-fil-A,
have you had banana pudding?
Yeah.
What's in banana pudding?
It's just banana flavored pudding. So
I mean, I get the banana part.
So people put bananas in it, so it's a little excessive because it already tastes like bananas, but they add more. And then the vanilla wafers, they'll put that in there a lot of times, and you get that crunchy, which I like. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is he in that movie? Oh, Moist One says that Dude, Where's My Car is Andy Dick's best movie. I don't see him on the cast list. I had to look it up to see what year it came out, and I don't see him on the cast list. Are you? I can't believe we're going to talk about whether you're getting the cast right of Dude, Where's My Car?
We have already talked about this movie longer than I thought was possible. I'm not annoyed by it. It's actually kind of funny, but I didn't know that we had this much conversation about this movie.
Wait, he says he's in the ostrich guy's cage. Also, the guy from those dumb Toyota commercials is in there. Pat Finn. He's the guy who.
Oh, it's him.
The annoying Toyota guy.
Oh my God!
I hope he dies in this movie.
I had no opinion on the man, and then I heard him in those commercials, and my opinion suddenly existed, which is that I do not like him.
There are some famous people in that movie. Christy Swanson, Marla Sokoloff, Jennifer Garner, Ashton Kutcher, Sean William Scott, Hal Sparks. And then it kind of tapers off.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Anyway, back to what we were doing here. So what are we? Oh, God, we got to get the show's about over.
Yeah, the sports history.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1961, the Philadelphia Phillies dropped their 17th consecutive game, a 9-2 defeat to Dick Ellsworth and the Chicago Cubs, and for the 11th straight time, the opposing pitcher threw a complete game against their team. Last place club would extend their losing streak to 23 straight losses before finally winning a game. Yeah, they finished that season 47-107, 46 games behind the lead. Wow. I just go back. The reason I read that was the stat that the opposing pitcher threw a complete game against them 11 times in a row. That is so bad.
I think if I was on that roster for most of those games, I'd retire. Because we're not accomplishing anything here. What is this for a career, honestly?
Yeah, it was 1961. The economy was pretty good, so you could get another job.
Yeah, and also
every player on the Phillies should have gotten another job.
Sports didn't pay then what they pay now.
Yeah.
Like if you're in baseball now and you're doing pretty well for yourself and you're in the major leagues, just stick through it. Just stick through it. But if you are back then, I don't know. There's got to be something doing that better for you and your mental health than losing every day you go to work. That's that would break me. That'd break me.
1961. Yeah, I totally.
Some guy woke up every day and knew he was going to go home a loser.
At the end of that season, 47 and 107. You put down the glove, put down the bat, take off the cleats. Go get a briefcase, get a nice suit.
Sell insurance. It's
time to get a job. It's just, your dream is over. All right, guys, this show is over. We will be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. See you then. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580.